Hey, what's going on, sports fans? It is yours truly, TJ Jones. Welcome to another edition of the State of the NFL podcast, where we talk about some of the hottest topics in all of the National Football League. And this is the first of many watch-alongs here on the State of the NFL podcast. And tonight is a night that we all been waiting for, the kickoff of the 2025 NFL season. You have the world champion Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Dallas Cowboys. And regardless if you're a fan of these teams or not, you got to be excited that football is back, and this makes it official. So the question is, can Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys roll into Philly and knock off the world champs on opening night as they unveil the world championship banner that they won last season against the Kansas City Chiefs? So this is going to be a tough game for the Cowboys. I expect for the Philadelphia Eagles to be able to run the football. I understand that they got Kenny Clark. I'm talking to Dallas Cowboys. They acquired him via trade. We know about the whole Michael Parsons deal. So Kenny Clark is a guy that they're going to have to rely on to be able to stop the run. But good luck with all that, because we know that Philadelphia has the best, if not one of the best, offensive lines in all of football. And you know, you got a banner coming down from the rafters, and you got the fans behind you. They're all excited. They're probably full of that liquid courage. So you already know it's going to be a tough game, a tough night, and there's no love lost between these two bitter rivals. So I'm just looking forward to seeing some good football, man. We got Jalen Hurts walking out, and there's a lot of expectations on him, man. There's a lot of talk, and, you know, who brought the Super Bowl? Is he instrumental? Is he the quarterback that you look at as a guy that can lead a football team? Is he a game manager? Look, I like Jalen Hurts a lot. I think that Jalen Hurts is a talented quarterback, and I don't think the Philadelphia Eagles would have got where they were if it wasn't for Jalen Hurts. And I'm pretty sure he heard the whispers. You know, Jalen isn't one of those, you know, rah-rah outspoken guys. He lets his play do the talking. And Dak Prescott, who's been dealing with injuries over the last couple of years, he has to prove that he can stay healthy. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys rely on him being available. So he has to go out there and make some smarter decisions, man. I understand you got the warrior spirit. You got the warrior mentality. You want to go out there. You want to try to put the team on your back. But the best way that you can be there for your team is to be available. So a lot of unanswered questions. It's only week one. It's not going to really fully determine how the season is going to unfold. But if you can set the tone in your own division, it can be a plus, especially as the games get tougher and tougher, and the teams that you go up against start to identify who they are as a team. So this can be a way of you establishing yourself, and both teams expect to do that on tonight. Special shout out to everybody. This is a cross-promotional event. Shouts out to all the people that are watching this that are part of the State of the Saints podcast. The State of the NFL podcast is a podcast where we talk about the NFL. So want to give a special shout out. This will be, you know, a one-time thing. So if you're into NFL talk, come on over to the State of the NFL. I'm going to go ahead and put that link inside of the comments, so you can go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that like button, and also hit that subscribe button. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So for those that have not subscribed to the channel already, and special shout out to those that are watching it on the State of the NFL podcast official YouTube channel. So let me go ahead and put that in there. All right, here we go. All right, let me go ahead and read some of the comments. Feel free to put your comments inside of the chat. Looking forward to what you all have to say. Let's see. The Candyman says, "Are you ready for some football?" Oh, absolutely. I think we're all ready, Candyman. We're all ready for football, regardless of if you like these two teams or not. All right. Let's see. Who that first live in a while? What's going on, Brandon? Appreciate you being here. Live watch along right here. I expected a lot of members of the Who Dat Nation to come over because of the State of the Saints podcast, and I really do appreciate you all. Let's see. Just came to hit the like button. Go Bucks. Hey, man, you're in the right place. We're not around here, you know, tonight talking specifically about the New Orleans Saints. We're actually talking about the NFL. We're going to be breaking down this game. So if you're into NFL talk, man, come on and stick around for a little while. But, you know, I appreciate it. And make sure that you subscribe to the State of NFL so you'll be able to check out some of the different topics that we discuss over there. Trey, what's going on, man? Appreciate you for being here. Man, so I don't know. Let me go ahead and look at what the line is for this game. Let me see what the line is. I'm pretty sure that the Cowboys are underdogs. Let me see. What is the line for Eagles versus Cowboys? Anybody know that right off the bat? What my Vegas folk at? All right, so here it goes. The spread. The Eagles are favored with the line typically ranging from 7.5 to 8.5. All right, so right now they're 8.5 point favorite. And shouts out to a legendary group that I see right here, Boys to Men, Philadelphia's own. Them boys, some legends right there. Says, who you got, TJ? Who I got in this game? I got to go with the Eagles, man. I think the Eagles going to win this football game. You know, I think that they're going to be inspired to play. Like I said, there's a lot of banter going on. You got the banner. So I expect for them to win. Excuse me. You know, when you get sick, the last thing that goes away is a cough. That's the most annoying thing. Like, you don't even feel like none of the symptoms, but cough is always the last thing to leave you. I can see Jalen Hurts having a rushing touchdown, tush push, a passing touchdown to AJ Brown. I can see that. I want to see what the defense is going to look like of the Dallas Cowboys without Michael Parsons. That's what I want to see. Let's see what this Philly offense is without Kellen Moore. Yep, we going to see. We're going to see if there's a difference because we know Kellen Moore was able to utilize the strengths of the team. So we going to see. Still have good playmakers. Yeah, still got good playmakers on the offensive side and defensive side of football. So I expect for them to go out there, play pretty hard. I think both teams will. I mean, there's no secrets between these two teams. So it's not like they don't know each other. They know each other really well. And also, this is Brian Schottenheimer's first game as the head coach. So, I mean, he definitely want to get off to a good start. He was the offensive coordinator on last year. He was promoted to head coach. So, we're going to see what Brian Schottenheimer can do. I mean, if he anything like his dad, he like to run a football. But, I mean, you got some guys that can actually run. You got Jaden Blue, the rookie out of Texas. You got Javonte Williams, who came over from the Denver Broncos. And, of course, Miles Sanders, who had played with the Eagles, but he also played with the Carolina Panthers, and now he's with the Dallas Cowboys. So you got three capable running backs. Two of them really have made some noise in the National Football League, and there are extremely high expectations for Jaden Blue. Even though he's been dealing with an ankle injury over the last couple of days in practice, I still expect for him to play in this game. All right, so, man, longest active 10-year quarterback with one team in the NFL is Dak Prescott going into his 10th season. And you got Trayvon Diggs going into his 6th season. He's been dealing with injury, so it's good to see that he's back out there. And like I said, Brian Schottenheimer, man, a lot of pressure on him. A lot of people want to see what type of coach he is. When he was first hired, a lot of Cowboy fans kind of raised their eyebrows. They didn't think it was a good move. Now this is his moment right here, man. Time to see if he can rise to the occasion. Big shoes to fill, you know, being a coach's son of the legendary Marty Schottenheimer. And also just being the head coach of the Cowboys. We all know, you know, that's high expectations right there. So we're going to see. We're going to see what he can actually do. His 28 season on the NFL, NCAA. So he got 28 years of coaching experience. Nick Sirianni in his 5th season with the Philadelphia Eagles, first head coach in NFL history with 4 postseason and 2 Super Bowls. So making history right here. Who y'all got? Let me hear who you got. Got 114 people, 120 people watching this right now. Who you got? Call it right now. Who you got? Know some of y'all like, man, I hope they both lose. But shouts out to all the Cowboy fans out there, man. We got Jake Elliott about to kick this thing off. State of Saints podcast. Make sure y'all subscribe to that, to all my people that's Saints fans out there. Most people know me because of the State of the Saints podcast. But make sure you subscribe to the State of NFL as well. Kevontae Turpin here to return the kick. And he tries to get around there, spins to the outside, and he gets to about the 32-yard line right there, Kevontae Turpin. real fast guy. I expect for him to be involved with the offense this season. All right. So you got Kevontae Turpin, you got George Pickens, who came over via trade. So you got weapons now. Dak Prescott has another weapon. Oh, you got Javonte Williams out there, CeeDee Lamb, of course. Usual suspects, man. Then you got your offensive line. You know, you got a few guys that are available, and as soon as the game starts, he's down on the ground. Yeah, he's upset, man. You can tell. He already knows what's going on. He knows it's something serious. Man, my goodness. Let's see what's happening right here. In slow-mo replay. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. Yep. Man. It looked like an Achilles injury, folks. Or a hamstring. I want to. Man, we got a flag going on, man. They're already yip-yapping and jawing. So, man, this game going to be pretty chippy. These guys come out here to play. Let's see. Eagles putting these boys to sleep. Got the Eagles in this one. And what's happening, TJ? What's going on? What's going on, Nola, man? Thank you for being here. I hope they both lose, but I'll take the Eagles. Yeah, like I said, man, you know, a lot of people don't really care that much for these two football teams, unless you like diehard fans, which, you know, I can appreciate, you know, Philadelphia as far as like them winning football games and stuff and being consistent when it comes to being in playoff contention and being a championship caliber team. So I'll give them credit for that. Accelerator says the fan of the State of the NFL podcast is here. Josh, appreciate you for being here, man. Thank you for that. Says, where your damn super chat button? I don't have a super chat button over there on that channel, man. We don't have it. Like we are doing cross promotion over here on the State of Saints podcast and the State of NFL. I just started that channel, so we still in the works before we start getting super chats and all that kind of stuff over there. So I'm just more concerned about us actually building that channel up. But yeah, we don't have the super chats engaged just yet. But eventually, hopefully, one day we will. Carter just got ejected. I'm on. What did he do? Or he spit on? Wait a minute. He spit on him? Dang. Hey. My goodness. Well, that's huge right there. Man, that's a huge load off the Dallas Cowboys. The fact that he would do that, man, my goodness. That dude got all the talent in the world, but man, what a boneheaded decision that was. What a boneheaded decision, man. What a boneheaded decision. Yeah, he probably done for the season, man. I'm pretty sure he done for the season right there. Like those non-contact injuries, he know from the back. He already know what's up. You can tell in his face. You can tell it from his face. Hold on. Sorry, folks. Sorry about that. I had to check on my boy. I seen my boy up in there, he was crying. So he had a bad dream. So had to check on the little man. Says, what's your reaction of Amari retiring? My assumption is that his doctor gave him some news that scared him. That what usually happens in sudden retirements. Like, I don't think so, Josh. I don't think it had anything to do with that. It just, man, bro, football is something that you got to be dialed in. You got to be all in the play. And I think it was probably one of them situations where he thought he can go out there and just try to, give it the old college try. But, he probably looked at himself in the mirror and said, man, I think I had enough. And I don't have, I don't blame him for that, man. Like, if you done checked out and you're not all in, like you have to just call it quits, because you can't be out there sidestepping, right? You got to make sure that you're fully committed to what you're doing. You're fully committed to the grind, because it is a very long NFL season. Is your body ready to absorb the type of punishment that the NFL, garners? So I think it probably had something to do with that. All right, so we got Javonte Williams. They running in between the tackles. It looked like he had enough of a first down. He running right up the middle. So this is going to be huge, man. Jordan Davis is definitely going to have to step up, man. I mean, he's in his third year out of Georgia. So they definitely going to have to lean on Jordan Davis in this game. But Jaylen Carter not being available, I mean, that's a huge advantage for the Dallas Cowboys. Dang, Carter got ejected like that. Yeah, I don't know what that dude was thinking. That was insane. That was stupid. Ejection deserved. Yeah, that was just dumb. That's kind of stuff like, man, what's the fixing? Like, did somebody did Johnny Two Thumbs did Johnny Two Thumbs hit you up? Hey, man, yeah, Johnny Two Thumbs hit him up in the tunnel. Hey, man, Jaylen, we need you to lead this game tonight. Well, I can't lead a game like this. What am I supposed to do? I don't know, but the boss said he needs you to leave. I don't know. So that was like one of them situations right there. Johnny Two Thumbs hit that boy up, because that was just the dumbest decision I ever seen, and that is a flag right there. Dang, barbecue chicken alert on Adoree Jackson. Yeah, barbecue chicken alert. Yeah, it's gonna be tough for these boys, man. Yeah, it definitely was a flag. That definitely was a flag. That's no respect for that foolishness. Dane Carter got ejected like that. Injuries suck, man. Yeah, the injuries suck, man. It definitely does. Definitely does, man. I mean, first snap of the year to kickoff, and you more than likely you about to be out for an extended amount of time. I mean, if it's that non-contact, I'm always like skittish on those type of situations. That's what was that, Javonte Williams. All right, that was pretty easy right there. Yeah, so Javonte Williams in the end zone just like that, and the Dallas Cowboys are up front, up in front, 6-0 right now. Eagles stupid. Yeah, man. I mean, they just make that just didn't make no sense. That just didn't make no sense, man. That just didn't make any sense whatsoever. Man, a lot of spam in here. Where my moderators at? Get these boys up out of here. A lot of Dak is dialed in. I mean, he should be, man. It's your 10th season. Expectations high, man. That was just, man, they're going, and then the thing about it, they're going to be playing that all weekend. All weekend. He lucky if he don't get suspended for another game. And he's smiling. Like, ain't nothing funny about that. Like, you cost your team. There's no way in the world they'll be able to run up the A gap like that if you were playing. Eagles going to regress so bad this year. Well, if you keep on having like boneheaded decisions like that, yeah, they definitely will, man. They definitely will. Like, man, you got to have these dudes in check. Like that kind of stuff. That's selfish right there. That is selfish work by Jaylen Carter. Man, I don't know, TJ. I'm just watching. I think we all just watching at this point. You know, if you're a Dallas Cowboy fan, shouts out to you watching it on a State of NFL or Eagle fan. Appreciate it. But your boy Jaylen Carter, man, that's a piece of work right there. That is a piece of work. Classless act. Jaylen Carter is dumb AF. They gonna hit Carter ass with a fine, no cap. Yeah, they definitely gonna hit his ass with a fine. Jaylen Carter always act like this. Yeah, I mean he does, man. But I mean I don't mind a guy being emotional and being fiery. I think that all teams need that, but you got to be able to keep that joint in check too, man. And he seemed like he become unhinged or whatever, and it's kind of hard to try to reel him back in. That's dangerous right there. Like, he can end up like you don't want him to be like one of them players that teams give up on. Like, they respect the talent, but at the same time, like, they're like, man, he ain't worth all the headache. Like, I've seen players like that. You know, I've seen situations like that. So I just hope that ain't the case for the young man, because, man, my goodness. $100,000 fine for might be more than that. Spitting on somebody? That's disgusting, man. That is disgusting. I mean, right in, like, and then on top of that, it's like, man, you right in the referee face. Said I would have put Carter's face on a t-shirt. Yeah. I mean, with credit to Dak Prescott for showing restraint right there. Like, he know, like, okay, I'm still playing in this game. You leave, and now it's a huge advantage. Did y'all see the Dallas Cowboys? They ran right up the A gap. They ran up the A gap for that first down with Javonte Williams, and they ran up the A gap again for the touchdown in the red zone. So what that tell you right there? Like, what that tell you right there? So they already know, like, okay, man, he out the game. So now you got your team behind the 8-ball. Got to get your emotions in check, man. He's going to get suspended. Now, he might for at least another game. Did you see the breaking news I posted? No, I didn't see no breaking news that you post, man. What breaking news? Not to mention so many cameras out there. Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking on that. So we got a flag on a play. So a lot of undisciplined football early, man. I mean, the game just started, man. They already got an illegal motion snap going on. All right, so let's see if the offense of the Philadelphia Eagles can actually do something. Let's see if they can actually do something out there, man. Bobby London says, how the new guy getting removed 6 seconds into the first game. That's a top draw fool. Glad he ain't at Green Bay no more. Man, it just don't make no sense, man. Let's see. All right, you got a throw right there. That pass is caught. I think that's Dallas got it right there. So Jalen Hurts, the Dallas got it. Good connection right there. Dallas got it. Had a really huge season last year. Was extremely instrumental in helping that offense be able to move the ball, especially on third downs. So, yeah, man. But Jalen Hurts stats: 2,900 yards, 18 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and he had 14 rushing touchdowns. I don't know what Cam Newton was talking about, man. Talking about this man not a top 10 quarterback. Man, knock it off. Knock it off. Some people throw 40 touchdowns. Some guys mix it up. We got Saquon right there. Put his foot in the ground, crosses, and that is a first down for the Philadelphia Eagles. So I anticipate Saquon Barkley to have a heavy load tonight. And they're going to be all right. As long as that offensive line is intact, and the Philadelphia Eagles going to be all right. I mean, just look at it. And the patient running of Saquon Barkley, man. I mean, there wasn't anything there. He allowed the offensive line to kind of create a hole for him. He able to squeeze through for the first down. All right, so here we go. All right, on the play action right here. Jalen Hurts steps up in the pocket. He moves, and he's going to scramble out, and he slides, and he's very close to a first down. So he got about 7 or 8 yards on that play. So, that's what you want to see from Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, I'm pretty sure they were going to try to dial something up. Maybe he was looking for, Dallas got it there in the flat. Nothing was there. So he was able to get there, slide, not to absorb any type of punishment. So that's what you want to see right there. That's what you want to see. Breaking news, TJ has been traded to Carolina. Now he got to do shows like he a Panthers fan. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. All right. I do NFL shows, so if something happened with the Carolina Panthers, I'm gonna talk about them. There we go on a halfback toss. We got Saquon Barkley getting big yards, and that's what I was concerned about when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, man. Their inability to be able to stop the run. All right, so I mean, these are the type of situations where Michael Parsons will pay dividends, even though he's not really that good at the run either. I mean, you got Fowler, he lost containment very early. instead of him going wide, he tried to cut in, tried to play the pass instead of playing a run. So really good move by Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles. All right, so got Will Shipley in the game right now. See what Will Shipley can do. He's out, and he passed, and that pass is caught by Dallas Goedert. Gets a few yards on the play. Smart play right there on first down. If you're going to throw the football, you at least want to make it second and manageable. Now you second and 5, second and 4, right? You stay ahead of a change that way. So really good drive so far by the Philadelphia Eagles, trying to, hold everything together, keep everything in check. A lot of stuff, a lot of commotion has went on the first 10 minutes of this football game. So in real time. All right, here's the handoff right there, and that's the Will Shipley right there. Really good run. So it really don't matter, man. That offensive line going to be pushing guys back. Let's see. You don't live that far from Panther Stadium. I stay 3 hours from Charlotte, but I ain't doing no Carolina Panthers. Next time call, National Guard Jaylen Carter is out of control. Wow, now that's diabolical work. All right, they're going to heavy dose of Will Shipley right here, man. So Will Shipley is heavily involved in this offense. Okay. I mean, and he should be, man. He was a talented player. I believe he went to SMU and then he went to Clemson. Good, talented running back, man. I'm glad he's getting some snaps. So Saquon Barkley hasn't been in a game. All right, good block right there by Devontae Smith. Not the biggest guy in the world, but making it happen. All right, so here we go, man. We got the jumbo package going. All right, so here's the handoff to Saquon. Gets behind the center and guard there. And that's gonna be second and goal. Well, we already know man, what's about to happen. They about as automatic. They about as automatic as shoot. And when it comes to this offense, especially like down at the goal line, they automatic. You already know they're gonna score. I'll be shocked if they don't. And they're gonna do a tush push if they get close out of spite, because they tried to outlaw it. All right, the Cowboys up here. Okay, I see them. They holding it down. So we got third and goal right here. All right, man. What y'all think about the drive by the Philadelphia Eagles so far? I think it's a good drive. I think that they responded really well. So if they can actually get in there and score, I mean, no harm, no foul. I mean, I still think it's gonna be a tough game for him with Jaylen Carter not being in. All right, so here we go. All right, so nobody there. Oh, that's a touchdown. Go ahead, walk up in that thing. There we go. Jalen Hurts. All right. Man, my goodness. Just like that, man. What y'all think? Y'all think this about to be a shootout? Because it don't look like nobody came. It don't look like nobody came with no defense tonight. It don't seem like nobody came into man. Man, who is the Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator? Oh, he's a former coach of the Bears, right? Yeah, the coach of the Bears, man. So, old coach of the Bears. So, I don't know. Let's see. No defense being played at all. At all. No defense played. All right, Matt Eberflus. Yeah, thank you. Matt Eberflus is the defensive coordinator. I wanted to make sure. So Matt Eberflus, former Chicago Bears head coach, is the defensive coordinator. And coaching defense like this, it seemed like he about end up getting fired again. Shoot. All right, so man, shout out to everybody that's here right now. Shouts out to you. Appreciate you for being here. Wasn't the Bears defense bad too? Yeah, they couldn't stop traffic with a stop sign. Jaylen Carter, thank you very much for the $2. Says awesome. I figured out a way to watch TJ tonight. Thank you very much, Jaylen Carter, for the $2. Yeah, man. That's a way to look at it. That's a way to watch it. Man, that's the way to watch it. Let's see. Jerry up in this thing. Shouts out to you, Jerry. Thank you for being here, my friend. Said bye, bots. Yeah, man. I guess they know we watching it live, man. So they you know, I don't know. Should we take that stuff over there somewhere else? Said moderators assemble. Yeah, man. There's a bunch of spam in here tonight. I guess they like football too. Like they like we over here, man. We got about 200 plus people watching this across platforms. So they loving this. Oh yeah, man. Let's go ahead and spam it out. Like, please don't do that. Yeah, I got your back. I appreciate that, Jared. Shouts out to the moderators out there, man. Shouts out to them boys doing what they need to do, man. I appreciate it. Because that can get a little bit hectic in the comments, man. Make sure once again, man, y'all subscribe to the State of the NFL podcast, man. Please subscribe to that channel as we grow, man. We got over 700 plus people over there right now and growing. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you subscribe to the State of the NFL. We're going to be doing this, man, every single week. We're going to have a game where we have a watch along. So most of them probably going to be primetime games, Sunday night football or something, or a game of significance. More than likely, it'll be a Sunday night game. So be sure to make sure you subscribe to the channel. All right, so Turpin tries to get around, but he goes absolutely nowhere on that play. All right, so you got a bunch of pushing and shoving. A guy helmet is taken off. I mean, these boys are brawling. I mean, man, my goodness. Flags everywhere. My goodness. He got his helmet ripped off. Man, these boys need to get it together, man. Yeah, these boys do not like each other. They want this game bad. Man, the whole team, they gonna have to call this game. Shoot. Chippy. Shoot, that's an understatement. But hey, look, I ain't gonna lie, man. I like the fire. I like the passion. I don't know. Hey. Man, this game is chippy. My goodness. Be glad you're not on TikTok live. Let's see, you have like 30. I'm paying $5,000 to anybody who message God is good. Look, I honestly, I never did a live on TikTok before, man. I might need to like start doing that, like try to add them to the stream. I don't know, but I never did that. Get stun gun. All right, so they tried to go to the left side that time. They are going to be playing with the practice squad in a minute. Yeah, if these guys can't get their composure. I mean, this game is chippy. All right, so games missed. I mean, since 2020, 26 games missed. So, like I mentioned at the beginning of this podcast, this live stream, Dak Prescott, he is the straw that stirs the drink. He got to stay healthy, man. Like, he got to find ways to stay on the field. All right, so here we go right here. We got Turpin in motion here. All right, so play action. Dak looking, goes around, get rid of the football, and that pass is caught by CeeDee Lamb. All right, so CeeDee came to play today, man. Yeah, this secondary of the Philadelphia Eagles, they probably gonna have a rough outing. I mean, you don't have C.J. Gardner-Johnson anymore. You don't have Darius Slay, and you're relying on a lot of these young, inexperienced corners because they had like really good seasons last year, which I understand. But it's gonna be an uphill battle until they figure out who they are as a secondary. All right, so here we go. There's the handoff right here. And there's Javonte Williams right there running hard. And it's good for Javonte Williams, man. I think that this is a place where he can get a fresh start. He was doing pretty well in Denver, man, before he had that ACL injury. And, it just seemed like, it just didn't work out for him. So, this can be like his prove it year. He only signed a 1-year deal. So, you go out here, you show that, you can still play at a high level. And if Dallas don't want to pay you, you can go find another suitor. So here we go. All right, so here's the handoff right here. This time he goes around, and this time he's tackled. So, all right, it's going to bring up third down. Imagine Michael Cole and Pat McAfee as commentators for this game. I mean, McAfee will lose his mind. Let's see, are the Eagles fans throwing things yet? Oh, man, just wait. It don't take much for them to get riled up. Sure, I'm shocked they ain't jump into the stadium yet. They all young, not vets, huh? I mean, you got a couple guys that been in the league for a while. I think Dory Jackson has been in the league for a minute. You got Reed Blankenship, Cooper DeJean in his second season. And you got Quinion Mitchell, he's in his second year. So, but I mean, these boys getting ate up out here, man. CeeDee out there is eating. This man is eating here tonight. I mean, they don't have an answer for him. I mean, he killing them with these routes, man. What was this? Let me take a look at it. I mean, he shallow cross right there. Like, man, my goodness. I mean, just running shallow crosses. He's just killing them with this. I mean, if it working, why not? And the thing about it is, if you zero in on him, George Pickens can eat. I mean, he has number one receiver capabilities as well. So, that's what it all comes down to. All right, Dak in a gun. He goes it, and that pass is caught to Jaden Blue right there, the rookie. No, excuse me, Miles Sanders. My bad. Got a flag on the play. All right, so all in on the offense. So that play is coming back. Yeah, where's Pickens? Well, Pickens on the first drive. Yeah, Tyler Smith. But yeah, I mean, on the first drive, he was involved. But I mean, we know that CeeDee is going to get the majority of the targets here. And when they start like doubling or trying to take CeeDee out of the game, that's when George Pickens is going to be able to eat. Dak said, "Respect my mind and get your brain done." Look, man, I like I like Dak Prescott, man. I think that he's a decent quarterback. I think that I think he's really good. I think a lot of people don't really give him credit for being good. All right, so that's a good check down right there to Miles Sanders, but that ain't going nowhere. And that tackle was by Zach Bowen, the All-Pro right there. Former New Orleans Saints Zach Bowen right there, by the way, making plays. Alfred says, these the games I like, TJ. I like being chippy after and during the whistle and after. Yeah, man, I mean, it just shows you these guys want this play. They want it, man. Zach Bowen out there making plays. All-Pro Zach Bowen right there. And they made that boy captain. Look at that. Man out here eating in Philly. But anyway, 2nd and 23. And these are the type of, self-inflicted wounds. I mean, you had a lot of momentum. And then all of a sudden, here comes the deep ball. And, yep. All right. So I mean that's what George Pickens can offer. A down the field threat. Like he's and yet again gets bailed out. So and that's Quinion Mitchell right there. I mean, he had a phenomenal season last year. Yep, you're holding all on him, grabbing him. You know what I'm saying? You got to give somebody a dent in a movie if you're gonna be grabbing them and holding them like that. And then he almost still caught the pass. I'm wondering where the dent in the movie at. I mean, you holding. Don't act like you ain't do it. Damn, Eagles defense getting flagged. Yeah, that's secondary holding, man. You know what I do? Well, they about to run the football. Oh, okay, on the rollout. All right. I seen Tolbert in the game. I was like, man, nah. Ain't no way y'all out there. ain't no way y'all out there in that 20 personnel like that. So they had 3 tight ends. They had a 3 tight end set out there and 1 wide receiver. So man, dang. I thought that was a run play all the way. More than likely, it often is. All right, so running up the middle right there. Look at that. Look at that. That boy looking like that boy hungry. Look at that boy running that rock. And once again, running right up the middle. Jaylen Carter would have been in that spot. It's like Dak got a different energy tonight. That man trying to win. All right, man. Go ahead and throw that ball to the bottom of the screen. Well, if not, you're trying to hard count that joint. I don't think they're gonna snap it. Are they gonna snap it for end of the first quarter? Nah, he ain't gonna snap that joint. They're gonna let it go into the second. Yeah, go ahead, man. Good smart move right there. Go ahead, think about it. You got 4 opportunities. Really good first quarter by the Cowboys. Really good first quarter. Dak Prescott, man. That boy looking like somebody tonight. He looking like somebody. All right, let's take a look at the stats after 1. All right, so game tied at 7. But let's take a look at the box score and stats. Dak Prescott, 5 of 6, 79 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but has a quarterback rating of 118 right now. Javonte Williams, 7 carries for 33 yards, 4.7 yards a carry right now. And CeeDee Lamb, 3 catches, 76 yards already. Has an average of 25.3 yards per catch. He has a long of 32. George Pickens, 1 catch for 6 yards, but they had that big time pass interference. Then you got a couple guys, who leading the team in tackles for the Cowboys. You got Kenneth Murray, former Oklahoma Sooner, right there. He has 3 tackles. And you got Jalen Hurts, 3 of 3, 34 yards, efficient as well. Will Shipley, 2 carries for 25, averaging 12 yards a clip. Saquon, 4 for 20. Jalen Hurts, 2 for 11 in the rushing department. And the only person that has some receiving yards after 1 is Dallas Goedert, 2 catches for 14 yards. So no A.J. Brown in the first quarter, no Devontae Smith in the first quarter. All right, so those are your stats after 1. What y'all think about the game so far, man? Says Carter's absence is apparent. I mean, it's extremely apparent. Extremely apparent. I agree with that. Like he left the game and they running right up the middle. There's no way in the world this game would have been, the way that it is. I don't think that you'll have Javonte Williams finding that much success in the A gap if Jaylen Carter was playing. So there's that. Trying to check this fantasy football thing, man. I'm trying to see how many points. Trying to see how many. I'm trying to see how much I got. All right, so watch Fake give the ball away like Oprah in the second half. some good ball is being played. Yeah, I agree, man. The offensive efficiency of both teams looks really good, man. Both of their defenses stayed at home today. Very offensive game, no defense at all. TJ, keeps me in some prayers. Numerous health issues hit me this summer. Yeah, man. Look, prayers, man. Thoughts and prayers to you, Josh. Yeah, thoughts and prayers to you, man. Yeah, straight up the gut. I mean, I said, man. I mean, you don't have Jaylen Carter in the middle. I mean, they run it like right up. They like run it right up the A gap. And Jordan Davis, I mean, big guy, but he ain't, man, he ain't Jaylen Carter. He ain't bringing you what Jaylen Carter giving you. So, yep. Jaylen Carter's absence is the reason why. So him being a hothead causing this team. I got a feeling in this is going to be a high scoring game. I think so too, man. 2 touchdowns for Javonte Williams. Yeah. Told you that man got something to prove. He got something to prove tonight. Yeah, and this man motivated. I mean, you playing with empty pockets. You got a 1-year contract, but man, you got to be able to put it all together. You got to be able to put it all together, folks. So hopefully he can. Sorry, I ain't want to be eating on camera. But I can still hear everybody, and thank you all for being here. 183 people watching this right now in real time. As we watch Kickoff 2025, the Dallas Cowboys versus the world champion Philadelphia Eagles. Cowboys got a 14-7 lead over the Philadelphia Eagles. If you're just joining us, Jaylen Carter, very first play. I mean, matter of fact, he didn't even take a snap. It was right after the special teams return by Kavontae Turpin. He comes out to the field and spits in the face of Dak Prescott, getting an immediate ejection. And this has been the story of the game. His absence has been the story of the game because Javonte Williams has 2 touchdowns right up the gut. So, the Philadelphia Eagles are paying the price. And I hope Jaylen Carter understands that next time he decides to, go rogue and think of himself instead of like thinking about what's in the betterment of the team, him being out there. I'm open wider than a prostitute middle today. The A gap. Yeah, look, they part the Red Sea right now. If we can run the ball like this in the red zone, that would be really good. Yeah, you ain't lying. If the New Orleans Saints can do something like that, then guess what? They'll have some success this season if they can run like this. But these 2 offensive lines, man, have come to play. You got Jeffrey Lurie. Of course, he's the chairman and CEO of the Philadelphia Eagles. You got Howie Roseman, Mr. Fleece himself. You call him Mr. Fleece because homeboy be willing and dealing, man. He can fleece the hell out of a team. And then, of course, you got Nick Sirianni, the head coach of the team. Trey Long as McCoy stay healthy. Yeah, that's the key right there. The Saints that's the most important offensive player to me for the New Orleans Saints is Eric McCoy. All right, so we see the offense of the Philadelphia Eagles back out there. You got Aubrey, one of the most accurate kickers in football since Justin Tucker decided to touch somebody and no longer in the NFL right now. So, yeah, he's probably, the most accurate kicker in the league right now. All right, so 1st and 10. Handoff to Saquon Barkley, bounces to the outside, cuts back, takes a big hit, but he gets about 6 or 7 yards on the play. So Saquon, the reigning #1 player in the NFL top 100, voted on by his peers, 2,005 yards, 13 touchdowns last season, could have easily broken Eric Dickerson's record if he probably would have played the final game of the season, decides that he wants to sit out. shows the character that he has. He's not a me guy or more of a we guy. Cares more about winning and being available for his team in the postseason. All right, so 2nd and 4 for the Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts in a gun. All right, look like somebody coming on a blitz. No, he fakes it, and he throws it. That pass is caught by Devontae Smith, and he gets down right before he had to take a vicious hit by Wilson. That was more friendly fire right there. All right, so the secondary of the Dallas Cowboys, kind of sketchy, but you got some guys, Deron Bland just got a contract extension, got Trayvon Diggs out there, got really good hands, almost like a wide receiver playing corner, but he is susceptible to getting beat, on plays. So, they got some guys that are talented that can, get the ball back to the offense, but they are susceptible to getting beat. All right, so here we go. Off to Saquon. Saquon bounces around. I don't know what the heck was going on right there. Know what that was. He should have got stopped in the backfield, but it's Saquon Barkley we talking about. That's why Mickey stay away from players like Carter. Yeah, he may stay away from him, but that dude's still a dog when he's available. And my thing is, man, you got to rely on the system that you have. Like, you got to know that you have the right support system. It was a stupid decision, but when that dude out there, man, he a dog. All right, 2nd and 6. Jalen Hurts in the gun. Snaps, throws. That pass is caught to Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert tries to get around, but a quick tackle right there, and that is Kenneth Murray again. Kenneth Murray has been all over the field. He's leading the team in tackles right now. All right, so you got a crucial 3rd down right here for the Dallas Cowboys. And you need this. I think the play calling so far for Philly has been really good. It's been staying ahead of the change. On 1st down, make it 2nd and manageable. 3rd down and 3rd and 3. So let's see if they can convert this. Jalen Hurts been pretty efficient tonight. I don't think he missed a throw yet. All right, so here we go. It's the snap right here. Looking, throws, and that pass is caught by Dallas Goedert for a 1st down. And is somebody hurt? Okay, he gets back up. He kind of stayed down there for a minute. All right, so going to Dallas Goedert early and often. So as we take a look at the new offensive coordinator, Kevin Patullo. So he's replacing Kellen Moore. So right now, so far, so good, man. Jalen Hurts looks efficient, getting the ball out of his hands on time, in rhythm, good tempo by the Philadelphia Eagles. All right, so here we go. Play action. Goes around, scrambles around, throws it, checks it down, and he throws it to Granson. All right, so gets a few yards on the play. So, look, they stand on time. Every single play. Every play ain't got to be dynamic or, anything that's spectacular. But if you can stay ahead of the chains, and what Philly has been doing over the last, few plays, then, you'll get the ball down there. All right, so 2nd and 9. All right, so we're able to get something on that play. All right, so Jalen Hurts in the gun, looking, tries to escape, rolls to his left, and he's probably just going to scramble for that. He got plenty of yards, and he slides, right? Smart play right there by Jalen Hurts. Once again, using his legs. And when you have those cornerbacks playing man coverage, they back is turned, so it opens up an opportunity. Yep, everybody playing man coverage, right? Yep, everybody playing man, so everybody back is turned. And that opens up opportunity, which I don't understand what Dallas is doing. I don't know what Matt Eberflus is doing. Like, where's the spy on Jalen Hurts? This is the 3rd time in this game where he hurt you with his legs. Like, he's just constantly converting, and you playing man coverage. I don't get it. All right, so here we go right there. Here's the handoff. I would have thought that probably would have been a flag. It ain't like the fullback wasn't set, but I guess not. 2nd down. I mean, that was a huge hit, but that's Saquon freaking Barkley. Yeah, but that's Saquon Barkley we talking about. Man, don't fumble. All right, here we go. 2nd and 6. See, we're going to see some Will Shipley action here. And we will, right up the middle right there. So he gets a few yards on the play. So staying ahead of the chains, get about 1.5 yards, maybe 2 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down. And this is good for Saquon. I mean, this is what you want to see, man. You know, you got your young backup running back, you know, taking snaps. You want to keep Saquon fresh, especially going into the second half, 3rd, 4th quarter, but you're probably going to need him to soak away the game. So, you know, Will Shipley is making it very easy for the Philadelphia Eagles right now to keep Saquon on the sidelines periodically. So 3rd and 5, Jalen Hurts in the gun, looking, scrambling, moving, gets around, and yet again breaks a tackle and gets enough for the 1st down. So yet again, you got Jalen Hurts making the Dallas Cowboys pay. Like, I don't get it. I really don't. Where's the spy? Where's the spy, ladies and gentlemen? Like, how many times is a guy going to have to hurt you with his legs? Where's the spy? Like, nobody's really spying him. Like, come on, man. I assume number 18 is the spy. Why would you go back and help out in coverage, man? Come on, man. What is going on here? You need a spy on him. But anyway, I'll digress. Saquon Barkley with the run. And he gets a few yards on the play. So they're going to bring up 2nd and goal. You got about 2 yards. Good drive right here. 11 plays, 57 yards. Clock still ticking. You know, like, very methodical drive by the Philadelphia Eagles here. But I don't understand it. I really don't. I understand why you don't have a spying Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is just absolutely like just doing whatever the heck he wants right now. Like, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Like, the fact that you have not made this adjustment yet. Hopefully they make it in the second half, but all right, now you're looking. Look at this time. Knit a sweater in that pocket. And yet he scrambles again. And this is more than likely going to be a touchdown by Jalen Hurts again. Like, this is unbelievable, man. Like, how many? Like, unbelievable. What a sorry ass defensive performance by Matt Eberflus right now. Like, why Trayvon Diggs? What are you saying to him? Ain't nothing you can say to him. Like, shoot, let your play do the talking. I mean, I don't understand. I do not understand that. Why have they not? Why they not put a spy on Jalen Hurts? This man is just running wild. I mean, why not? Why the freak not? Why the freak not? Good blocking. Get away with a hold. That was a clean block. Hurts running back number 2. I knew I saw a bet on Hurts to score. Oh, man, you might well bet your body. Like, I will always go into a Philadelphia Eagles game betting on Jalen Hurts to score a touchdown. Rather it's going to be a short yardage touchdown or it's a touchdown on a scramble. This is going to come down to who has the ball last. Ronnie, now that's more of a Cam type run. Yeah, man. Look at all that stuff they're talking about with Jalen Hurts, man. Knock it off. Man, I disrespect the young king like that. That dude can play. I don't know what they talking about. Somebody tell me what that boy talking about, because they tripping right now. That man is a good quarterback. There are many ways that you can get things done. Some people can get it done by throwing for 400 yards, 4 touchdowns through the air. Then you got other guys that can probably give you 150 yards passing, 160 yard passing, and another 120 yard rushing and 4 total touchdowns. There's different ways you can play the quarterback position. Yeah, they missing Carter bad. Yeah, they are missing them bad, which, you know, both teams left their defense at home, by the way. They both teams left their defense at home. But you also got to take into account, folks, this is a divisional matchup. Like, there's nothing new under the sun. Like, these teams know each other. So there's no secret. So they know who to exploit. They know who to go after. They know where the bodies are buried. So this is a divisional game. So they know what to do. Dak plans to keep his job. Man, Dak not going anywhere. Yeah, Dak not going anywhere. And it's good to see both of these young men are playing well, man. Him and Dak. I'm talking Jalen Hurts and Dak. Both of them came to play tonight. I mean, both of them having very, very respectable stats right now. Let's see. Jalen Hurts is 6 of 6 for 31 yards. Dak Prescott is 5 of 6 for 79 yards. So both quarterbacks came to play tonight. Both quarterbacks came to play, and that's all you can ask for is for your quarterback to give you a chance to win. Chosen says it's going to come down to what defense can capitalize first. I don't know, man. This defense looking suspect, frost and flaky. Chosen for real. They looking real frost and flaky right now, bro. I don't know if these defenses are going to be able to get it done. Everybody should just go over to the state of NFL and support TJ over there. Yeah, please do. Slide on over to the State of the NFL podcast. If you slide over there, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Just try to help the channel to grow. I appreciate that. I really would. I appreciate if everybody just slide over there, just hit that subscribe button, help that channel to grow over there. But I still appreciate the love nonetheless, from over here. So, shouts out to everybody that's watching. Whether you watching on State of the NFL or State of the Saints. But Big Valley, thank you for that, man. I appreciate that support. Like, that just didn't make no sense at all, man. He over there just smiling. Man, that ain't the type of energy you want to come with, man. That's some Grambling State head coach energy right there. This just dejected, defeated type attitude, man. You up there. There we go. Here's a check down right there. Gives off to Ferguson right there. So that's Ferguson first catch of the game right there. A lot of chippiness, man. A lot of jaw jacking and yip yapping, but no defensive plays being made by any side. Like, you can't talk no noise if you out there giving up big play after big play. Let your play do the talking. If your play talking, then you can probably do some talking. But none of these defenses have room to talk tonight because both of them look absolutely atrocious so far. So, halftime adjustments are a must from both sides. 2nd and 7 right here. All right, I don't know, man. All right, so that pass right there, that is to Kevontae Turpin. And Turpin, they are picking on Jackson, man. They are picking on Jackson. Which they should, because homie out there getting beat like a Persian rug right now. Got him on there, like on a hitch route, and he just turns up the field, man. I like Turpin, man. He started off, I believe, was in the XFL as a returner. And then, he came to the Dallas Cowboys and did it the hard way, man. It was a really good kick return. And now they got him involved in the offense as well. So credit to him, man. This where I'm at State of NFL showing love to the channel. Actually, good content over here, especially as a football fan, regardless of team. I appreciate that, Chosen. That's what we're trying to do over there, man. Just trying to build it up and, just talk NFL football. I tell people all the time, for those that are new, never seen me before, I'm a native New Orleanian, grew up a Saints fan, of course, started the State of the Saints podcast back in 2018. And, but I'm a huge fan of the NFL too, man. And I enjoy creating content for the NFL. And, so if you're into that, feel free to come on over and be a part of that movement we're trying to build over there. Yeah, no bots in here. Yeah, these bots are absolutely ridiculous right now. What did Jaylen Carter do? I missed it. So, Nathan, at the beginning of the game, Jaylen Carter spit in the face of Dak Prescott, like very early in the game. Like he didn't even take a part in the defensive snap. Like when, on special teams, they kick the ball, make a tackle or whatever, and then the defense comes out. So they yip yapping and talking before the game even starts, and he spits in the face of Dak Prescott and get immediately ejected from the game. So homeboy, he didn't even put his hand in the dirt. He didn't even put his hand in the dirt. Homeboy just said, man, okay, thank y'all. God bless. Good night. He pulled a Russell Simmons. Man said grand opening, grand closing. And in his absence, you have 2 rushing touchdowns by Javonte Williams right up the A gap where Jaylen Carter would be. So not only was he selfish and doing something like that caused him to be ejected, but now his team is suffering because he made a boneheaded decision. That was just absolutely asinine. You know what I'm saying? Like that just didn't make any sense whatsoever. And I like Jaylen Carter, man. I think he's a really good player. You know, he's a young kid. I think a lot of people, miss that. Like, he's a young guy and he's gonna make mistakes. But my goodness, like, you can't hurt your football team, man. You can't go into business for yourself. You just can't, man. Like, that's just selfish right there. That just bothers me about a player. Like, when you have something to offer a team and you know your existence out there is meaningful, like, why in God's name would you go out there and just do something that's stupid? Don't make any sense. 1st and 10 for the Dallas Cowboys as they're back from break. All right, Dak Prescott checking it off. Yeah, it just don't make no sense to me. Like, it don't make no sense whatsoever that he would do something that ridiculous. All right, so we got Miles Sanders on the ground right there. Really good play by Nolan Smith right there, former Georgia Bulldog. A lot of Georgia Bulldogs. A lot of Georgia Bulldogs on this Philadelphia Eagles team. A lot of them. And Dak gets away from the pressure and he scrambles. Man, yeah, Dak is definitely not what he used to be. I can tell you that. Dak look like Dak look like he walking out there. God dog, Dak. I remember Dak used to be flying, man. Dak out there walking. He ain't running no more, boy, walking out there. Dak out there walking. Dak like, God dang, Dak. I think I can beat Dak Prescott in the race D-Day. Yeah, man. Dak out there walking, man. Yeah, that boy walking. Here's a handoff right here. And right up the middle, man. Javonte Williams right there. Now my TV kind of behind now because it started buffering for some apparent reason. Like, my goodness. Like, I think like everybody was on the same page, and then my TV started buffering, and now I'm like maybe like a play behind. 1st and 10. And I apologize if some of you already seen the plays that I'm calling out. 1st and 10, you got Dak in a gun. All right, so he looks at it, changing the protection there, getting to a play a little bit more comfortable for him. All right, so he's in a gun. Quick pass right there, caught by CeeDee Lamb on a quick slant. And saying that it hit the ground, so that pass is incomplete right there. So, very uncharacteristic of CeeDee Lamb. Very uncharacteristic. Not used to seeing him not be able to reel it in. So Yeah, not really used to seeing CeeDee Lamb drop passes like that. All right, so here we go. Dak looking. And that pass is knocked away and almost intercepted. Almost intercepted by Young, man. I mean, pass tipped up in the air. Big man had opportunity to make an athletic play, but it falls to the ground incomplete. So this brings up 3rd and 10. All right. Really good play right there. Jackson got picked on, getting picked on majority of the night. Almost had a chance to make up for it by batting the ball in the air. If Young can just come down with it, man. But we're gonna let that slide because that's the reason why you play on the defensive line and you're not playing wide receiver. 3rd and 10, Dak Prescott in the gun and looking, and he goes deep. And this pass is incomplete. Quinion Mitchell draped up, dripped out, know what he talking about all over him. No, it ain't no flag, George. That was just good coverage right there. Got to give credit where credit is due, man. First one, yeah. Second one, nah, I don't think so. Really good coverage right there. Both guys are hand fighting. Both of them are pushing and shoving. So refs are going to give the players the benefit of the doubt, especially the defense side of football when the offensive player is trying to fight too. So finally, we got a defensive stop, and now we have Brandon Aubrey going out here for a 41-yard field goal. Snap, placement, kick on the way, and I'm pretty sure it's good because he don't never miss. So the Dallas Cowboys are up by 3 points, 2 minutes, 34 seconds left in the second quarter. And now it's time for Jalen Hurts to go back out there to try to facilitate a 2-minute drill for the Philadelphia Eagles. And if the Philadelphia Eagles go on, they can actually get a 2-for-1 here. You can get a 2-for-1. So if they go and run out this clock, facilitate a 2-minute drill, come away with a touchdown, they get the ball back at the start of the second half. So this is huge for Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles to be able to create some separation. And in the way that these defenses are playing tonight, this can be huge. Says good night, everybody. Dinner time. Who that? Nathan, thank you for being here, man. Good night to you, man. Very handsy. I agree, man. But when you have two players fighting, right? And you got them both jockeying for position. The referee's gonna let it roll because both players are pushing and shoving, trying to jock for position. Just kidding. I really liked Dak when he was out of Mississippi State. Yeah, I mean, I liked him too. I like him, man. He a tough guy. He a competitor, man. First tackle on the backfield is up with taunting penalty. Okay, thanks for clearing that up. Yeah, I guess we're talking about the whole Jaylen Carter thing. What y'all think about the game so far, man? Who y'all think? Like right now, it's 17-14. Who you think gonna win? Are you? I don't know who you chose at the beginning of this podcast, this live stream, but are you still feeling good about your selection, or do you feel like you need to change it? Who you got winning the game, TJ? I had the Philadelphia Eagles winning. I had the Philadelphia Eagles winning, but that was before Jaylen Carter left the game. So I'm not feeling too confident about that decision right now. I'm really not, because the way that the Dallas Cowboys are able to establish the run now is very scary. But at the end of the day, they can't stop Jalen Hurts because Matt Eberflus is not being very good at his job by not allowing one of his linebackers to serve as a spy on Jalen Hurts to make sure that he don't run out the pocket. But I guess he wants to continue to play man coverage. So keep on playing man coverage and watch Jalen Hurts just continue to get 15, 20 yards on you. And watch him just easily just go down the field, on you like it ain't nothing. I guess that's what you like. So, all right. So, a drop right there. That pass picked up. And, man, he takes a huge hit, Will Shipley, right there. But, yeah, man, got to hold on to that football. Man. I mean, 5 scrambles, man. I want to see what his yards per carry is. He averaging 8.6 yards a carry, man. So he nearly averaging a first down every time he scrambles. And yet, y'all still haven't made the adjustment. Like, you shouldn't have to go into the locker room for this. You shouldn't have to go into the locker room for this. Okay, so now you about to send somebody on a blitz. So now you're going to try to rush him to try to get the ball out of his hands. Man, who calling? Man, his defense performance is horrible. Like, God awful. I don't know what's going on. I don't have a clue. Do you think it's going to come down to the wire or something's going to mash? Someone's going to mash the gas. I don't think so, man. I think this is a divisional game. I think it's what you see and what you get, Alfred. I mean, I could be wrong, but in these divisional games, there's nothing new under the sun. So I had the Cowboys in a shootout, typical Cowboys, win when they're not supposed to, and disappear when there are expectations. Yeah, I mean, look, I think they're playing well. They're playing well enough to win right now. The defense have to step up. But like I said, the defensive play calling has been terrible in this first half. So I will hope that they go into halftime, make these necessary adjustments in order for them to be able to be competitive in the second half. Because if not, I mean, Jalen Hurts going to run for 100+ on them. And if you can't stop Jalen Hurts, man, I mean, that's just setting up these other opportunities for these players. Let's see. Who that Jaylen Carter then lost his mind. Yeah, that boy lost it, man. He's still trying to find it in that locker room somewhere. Still trying to find it. Philly win by a single possession. Dallas is going to find a way to disappoint. Well, if it comes down to a field goal, I trust Brandon Aubrey. So if Dak can get the ball down the field and it comes down to a big-time field goal, I'm trusting Brandon Aubrey on that. But I just, I think Philly has an opportunity for a 2-for-1 right here. Like, if they can get the ball into the end zone, get the ball back at the start of the second half and cash that in, then, I think it's going to be pretty hard for the Dallas Cowboys to try to, keep up with them. I think that, because neither team can stop anybody. I mean, Philly can't stop Dallas either. I mean, they got 3 on the board, but, that's because uncharacteristic drop by CeeDee Lamb. If that was the case, they probably would have set up 2nd and 2, and they probably would have converted on that second down or that third down. So I don't know. I trust the Philadelphia Eagles more so than I could trust the Dallas Cowboys. I can tell you that. But I could be wrong, man. I mean, neither team has stopped the other. And that's just ridiculous. Now they're gonna be showing this man spit on Dak Prescott for the rest of his career. Like, why would you do something like that? I just don't understand it. But anyway, 2nd and 6 for the Philadelphia Eagles. You got Jalen Hurts in the gun, Devontae Smith in motion. All right, so here we go right here. Let's see if they can actually get some pressure on him. He moves outside the pocket, and for the first time in the entire game, that's an incomplete pass. He throws it away. All right, so 3rd and 6. So the Dallas Cowboys was able to get pressure on Jalen Hurts this time and forced him to be able to throw the ball away. So Sunday Night Football, Ravens versus Bills. We'll be here on the State of the NFL covering it. So make sure you come on over to the State of the NFL for Sunday Night Football. All right, so here we go. 3rd and 6. Big time third down for the Dallas Cowboys here. So Jalen Hurts looking, throws it deep. And this is caught by Jahan Dotson on the play. So Jalen Hurts goes deep and he finds Jahan Dotson. So, and I think he did it against, is that Jamel Dean? No, that's Colin Elam. Jamel Dean played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But anyway, he looked like Jamel Dean on that play. But anyway, 1st and 10. Jalen Hurts looking, checks it down, and Saquon just drops it. Drops the football, kind of reminiscent of that Falcon game where, the Eagles should have clearly won, but he dropped the football. And I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be the last drop he have the entire season right there. You always get one. So there we go right there. Let's see who that Jaylen Carter lost his mind. Philly or win by a single possession. See, I don't care what nobody say. We did beat a healthy Dallas team. That wasn't bad. Yeah, they had a lot of injuries too. All right, so here's the pressure right there. He checks it down to Saquon. This time Saquon gets around him and he fights and he's able to get out of bounds. Elam again on the tackle. So he was able to get about 8 yards on a play, set up about a 3rd and 2. So you got Jalen Hurts here. I say you got opportunity to be able to cash it in. I mean, I don't understand why, you should just go ahead and try to run the ball up the middle. Worst case scenario, 4th and 1, and we all know what's going to come after that. You got all 3 timeouts. I don't know why you have a single backfield, but that's just me. All right, so here we go. Looking. And that pass is caught, and he was able to catch it. I mean, man, I get it, man. Saquon my goodness, Saquon bobbling catches and stuff, but he still was able to get it down. I don't necessarily agree with that play. I know it worked, but when you got Saquon Barkley on a 3rd and 2, man, and you got one of the best offensive lines in football, okay, run the ball up the middle with Saquon, get about 1.5, 2 yards tops. And if it don't work, then you have the tush push in your back pocket. But hey, I mean, high percentage throw. Wide open. All right, so here we go. 1st and 10, minute 4 left. Jalen Hurts in a gun. Here we go. It's the snap. Looking. Gets flushed out of the pocket. He runs again, and he gets out of bounds. All right. And I don't feel like there should have been a flag. Little flop by Jalen Hurts right there. But look, trying to garner a flag there. Didn't get any. Getting any flags on the play. I mean, he did slow down, but, and he didn't touch him. So, all right, so, yeah, so that's what made him fall. I know that hurt, though. I know that had to hurt. Like, you got all that equipment on and somebody ain't got no equipment on, you run into you. That hurt. All right, so here we go. Here's the handoff to Saquon. Saquon up the middle. Saquon runs and barrels his way in for the touchdown. And Trayvon Diggs, I guarantee he ain't going to be talking after that play, after he just got ran over. So all of a sudden now we want to talk. Everybody want to get chippy now. What was the chippiness on that defensive play where Saquon just dragged half of your team into the end zone? I don't know. Where's the chippiness there now, folks? All right? Like, talk then. Seems like after every play now, all of a sudden they want to congregate and want to talk noise. Like, talk noise while you out there on defense. Let the defense do the talking. I mean, look at this, man. I mean, my goodness, man. What a great offensive line. First level, second level. I mean, your wide receivers out there throwing blocks. See, that's how you end up finding success right there. TJ, were you in a frat in college? Yes, I was, man. I was a part of Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated, founded in 1963, the last predominantly African-American fraternity that was established. So, yeah, I pledged back in the spring of 2007. Old head up in this thing. Old head. Stay calm, Barkley. All right, so that's why I said they got that 2-for-1. So now the Dallas Cowboys, that put a lot of pressure on them to be able to come out with at least a field goal out this deal. At least a field goal. Let's see what they could actually pull off here. What's going on, King Arthur? Indigenous American, not African. Indigenous. What are we talking about there? I don't know what we're talking about. Man, I don't know. I know. I'm gonna just let you have it, brother. I'm gonna just let you have it. Let's see. Fellow D9 member, I played Sigma Spring 15 Ace Club. Okay. All right. Shouts out to all the little shouts out to all the aces out there at the front. We're lining up according to hype men first. Shouts out to all the short dogs out there. What's happening, TJ? It looks like I'm the only Wrench Game member in here. Yeah. I mean, as of right now, people been coming in and out. King Arthur. And most people, like you'll probably see, is probably because they watching this on a State of NFL too. Because I know for a fact Slim is a moderator, but he watching over on the State of NFL. So we got some people watching on the State of the NFL as well as the State of the Saints. So that's how I know people like, some of the, like, shouts out to all the people that's over there on that channel as well. Let's see. I'm glad we don't have to play either of these two teams. Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to play them. Lucky for the Saints. Well, the Cowboys don't really scare me that much. The Eagles, they just pose a huge threat, man. They just pose a huge threat. Let's see. Got 215 people right now. I ask that you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button to the State of the NFL podcast. Got another game, Chiefs versus Chargers tomorrow, 8 Eastern from Brazil. So that should be an interesting game. Another divisional matchup. Jim Harbaugh and the Los Angeles Chargers taking on Andy Reid's Kansas City Chiefs, trying to put right what once went wrong. Man, it's sloppy. That's another return. That's another return that was bobbled. Will Shipley does it, and now Kevontae Turpin. But that shows you right there, man. When guys aren't, practicing as much, not really playing in preseason, you get a lot of sloppy football very early. TJ, spitting on a man is one of the most disrespectful things you can do. That would have been a fight on spot if that kid Carter did that. I'm gonna tell you, man. I don't expect King Arthur, I don't expect for Dak to get involved because he's too important. But one of them players, man, that's probably on special teams, I probably would have had to jump in, man. I probably would have to jump in and take one for the team for that one. Because Dak can't do it, because Dak do what Jaylen Carter did. I mean, they about as doomed. Man, really good play. But that is a flag right there. I thought that was like really good coverage right there. But, man, a lot of really, really handsy secondary. But that goes with the territory. Young, inexperienced corners. And you're trying to play tough and trying to play tight coverage on a all-pro wide receiver like CeeDee Lamb. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it looked like both guys were fighting, jockeying for position. You even had CeeDee Lamb extend his arm. So, I don't know. But anyway, Dak Prescott looking. Checks it down right there. And that passes to Ferguson. And there's a flag. Let's see what it's going to be. Gotta be real careful right here, man. If it's holding. Okay, all right. So another 15-yard penalty right there. So that's definitely helping out the Dallas Cowboys. 15-yard penalty added on to already completed pass. So Nolan Smith gets his hands up, and Dak Prescott takes a shot in the face. They're going to call that every time, man. No matter how egregious it may look or not, they're going to call that. So Nolan Smith gets the penalty. So that's back-to-back penalties. The name of the game for Philly is penalties. They've been hurting their football team this entire first half. All right, so we got Dak in a gun. Dak making the adjustments here, calling out the coverage. All right, so here we go. Looking. I'm going deep with that, but instead he catches it as Jake Ferguson there. He stays in bounds, so the clock continues to roll. Wait a minute, they said he got out of bounds? Or did they call a timeout? Okay, Dallas calls a timeout. So Jake Ferguson did not get out of bounds, so it forced Dallas to call their second timeout. So they have one remaining. So you still got 27 seconds. You got a kicker who has a big time leg. You know, he can make it from 60 if you want to go that route. But you got to find a way to get some points on the board, man. I mean, this game has been like really tight, and neither defense has really been able to stop the other team's offense. So this is a huge possession for Dallas right here. Because once again, Philly gets the ball back at the start of the second half. Defense getting sloppy. And, Ronnie, I think you're going to see a lot of that. I think you're going to see a lot of that this weekend because when you don't have these players playing in preseason, practice isn't what it used to be. You're going to have a lot of sloppy football early in the season. All right, so here we go. Play action. Looking. Checks it down. Gets it to Toba. Toba gets out of bounds. Very smart play by Toba. You know, don't try to make nobody, try to break nobody ankles. Just take what the defense gives you right now. 2-minute drill. Getting out of bounds, that serves as almost like a timeout. So, all right, so I say you want to be able to get a few more yards to give Brandon Aubrey a chance here. All right, so you probably have to get to about the 40, I'd say about the 48, 47 yard line or something like that. All right, so here we go. And that pass is bobbled, but it is caught by George Pickens right there. So 14 seconds, 13 seconds. You want to get the first down. You want to go ahead and, oh, man, they are going way, way too slow. All right, are you going to give them more time on the clock? Okay, so 15 seconds. Okay, so as soon as George Pickens established possession, falls down to the ground, Cowboys call their final timeout. I don't know if I agree with that or not, but the way that clock management was by the offense, like that probably was the best case scenario. They took way too much time. Way too much time, man. But that's on Dak, man. You got to get your players lined up. Because if you would have been able to get the guys back to the line of scrimmage and spike the ball, you probably would have had about 10 seconds left on the clock. So now you got to play the sidelines, play the sticks. And if anything is in bounds, it's pretty much the end of the first half. So I'm pretty sure they're going to try to take a shot, or they're going to try to get a quick pass out of bounds in order to try to make this a relatively makeable field goal for Brandon Aubrey. Not for many kickers, but Brandon Aubrey is pretty automatic. So I assume they're going to play the sidelines here, look for them to maybe look for CeeDee Lamb or someone else on that one-on-one. You tried to give it to him. Man, okay, now you're getting there. 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Okay. All right, good play right there. Quick slant to CeeDee Lamb, gets down real quick, get the ball back to the referee, and now it gives Brandon Aubrey a chance to make a field goal. So really, really good clock management so far. The timeout kind of bailed them out a little bit. So, all right, so this man is pretty automatic. It's a 53-yard field goal right here. All right, so this will put the Dallas Cowboys, within one of the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Philadelphia Eagles get the ball back at the start of the second half. So Cowboys coach looking like DA with that visor on. Well, I just hope he don't coach like DA. TJ, you gotta have Bobby Boucher come off the bench and get in the fight after that. Yeah, you gotta have somebody, man. You gotta get somebody up. For real, like you got that's where the goonie come in. Yeah, every team need a goonie. 53-yard field goal by Brandon Aubrey, man. 89% percentage as a field goal kicker, which is insane, by the way. All right, snap placement, kick on the way up, and about as true as red, white, and blue. There it is right there. So within one, the Dallas Cowboys. So really good clock management down the stretch. Really good play by Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb. Getting the yards, getting the ball down. 3 seconds left on the clock. So both teams right here, offensively, man, offensive efficiency has been the name of the game for both teams. But my goodness, the defense has stayed at home for both teams. But right now they're playing pretty hard, man. Like Brian Schottenheimer got them playing hard out there. Credit to him. A lot of questions about his coaching, but if they can come in and knock off the world champs, and they stand competitive with them, man. So credit to them. All right, so Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. That ought to be a good game. Yeah, T.O. All right, man. So what y'all think? At the half, the Philadelphia Eagles got a 1-point lead over the Dallas Cowboys, 21-20. Dak Prescott, 12 of 17, 127 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. But you got Javonte Williams, 9 carries for 38 yards, 4.2 yards a carry, and 2 touchdowns. Then you got CeeDee Lamb with 4 catches for 86 yards. Kevontae Turpin, 1 catch for 16. George Pickens, 2 catches for 15. You got Jake Ferguson, 3 catches for 13 yards. Jalen Tolbert, 1 catch, no yards. Then you got Miles Sanders with a -3 on 1 catch. All right, so you got Jalen Hurts, 9 of 11 for 93 yards. But the name of Jalen Hurts' game is the run game because he's been hurting the Dallas Cowboys every time he runs. But Saquon Barkley has 10 carries for 49 yards and a touchdown. Jalen Hurts, 6 carries for 48, has an 8-yard average, and he has 2 rushing touchdowns. Will Shipley has chipped in with 3 carries for 26 yards. And you got Jahan Dotson, 1 catch for 51 yards. Dallas Goedert, 2 catches for 24. Saquon, 2 catches for 11. Devontae Smith, 1 catch for 6. And you got Kylan Granson with 1 catch for 1. A.J. Brown has not been a factor in this game. Has not had a catch yet. So I expect for him to get mad, getting Jalen Hurts' face at halftime, and Jalen Hurts trying to force him to football. That's what I anticipate. Michael, thank you very much for the 199. Says good game so far. I thought Dallas would be bad. Yeah, they don't look bad at all, man. But neither one of these teams' defenses are looking pretty good. And look, it's the start of the season, and the thing about it is, folks, like you're gonna have some bad football, sloppy tackling, missed assignments because these guys aren't practicing as much, and they're not playing in these preseason games, getting these reps. So, yeah, that's gonna play a role. Cowboys gonna smash them Eagles. I mean, it's looking like a pretty competitive game. Don't look like anybody's gonna smash anybody. Don't look like nobody gonna smash anybody. Both teams look like they just gonna be able to do whatever they want offensively. Hopefully, they can make these adjustments. Whoever makes the adjustments is going to end up winning this game. And that's why I feel like Philly probably has the advantage because they're really good at halftime adjustments. Why isn't Jordan Davis playing? Jordan Davis is playing, but Jordan Davis isn't Jaylen Carter. Like he's a talented interior lineman, but he's not on the level of a Jaylen Carter. I mean, that's just a fact. I mean, that's just a bona fide certified fact, folks. All right. So anyway, let's see, 228 people. Thank you so much for stopping by. This is the State of the NFL. This is our first year State of the NFL for those that just tuned in. We talk about some of the hottest topics in the NFL. This is our first watch along of the season, one of many. We're going to be doing mostly primetime games, a high profile matchup. So if you're into the NFL, if you're into sports talk, feel free to subscribe to the channel and help that channel to grow. I would really appreciate that if you did. All right. Let's see. We got another subscriber, man. Shouts out to the 3 subscribers that we have gotten so far. So look, I'm not picky. I just appreciate anybody hitting that subscribe button. I don't care. I don't care if it's 1 or 2. Thank you for that. Like, yeah, I don't understand that. I mean, what the hell is going on with Chris Sims' haircut, man? What kind of haircut is this? Like, who cut that boy hair? I mean, I assumed he was trying to get a light taper or something, man. He got the ski ball. He got that. What was that scientist on the first Captain America? He got that haircut. That is not a taper. I don't know what's going on with that. Homeboy got the ski ball. Homeboy got that ski ball going, right? He got hair at the top and it's just like skint all around. Like I don't know what that was going on. What he asked for? He asked for the Mo or something. Remember Mo from the Three Stooges? Let me get that Mo. Homeboy. What the hell? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know who cut that boy hair, but he needs his money back. Let's see. Zach Bond looks really good still. Also, Hurts looks the most mobile since 2022. Needs more AJ though. Yeah, I agree, man. You know, AJ gonna be somewhere whining. Man, where the ball at, man? I need the ball, bro. Okay, man. Everybody else eating out here. You getting double covered. All right, it's just not your game. And that's hard, man. Like when you're a beast and you want the ball, man, they just taking you out the game. That is hard to do. That is hard to do. Man, speaking of Cowboys, man, everybody knows, like, if you follow me on my other podcast, State of the Saints, my son has been playing flag football, and this season, he switched teams. And go ahead and put that up on the screen, man. Look, I'm extremely proud of my little man. He was at practice today, and yeah, man, he was out there making plays, man. He was out there pulling flags. He scored a touchdown in practice on a jet sweep. I'm like, look at my little man out there, man, doing big things, making his dad like extremely proud, man. Proud watching that young man out there ball out. But man, why, ladies and gentlemen, is my son playing for the Cowboys? This is new team, man. So my son, over the last 2 seasons he's been playing flag football, he was with the 49ers, right? 49ers team starting out, and now it's like, he switched over as teams, like as young players get older, they move on. So now he's a part of the Dallas Cowboys team, man. Wow. But hey, he's the only Cowboy that I'm a support. That's my little man out there, man. I'm proud of him, man. He was out there making plays, flying around the field. I said, man. Look at my little man out there making them plays, man. But yeah. Yeah, and it's so cool, like, to watch watch those young kids play, man, because they be so happy and excited to be out there, and them just learning the game and getting better, and seeing what they can actually end up doing as they get older, and maybe they start to really kind of tap into it. I say, I'm glad we don't have to play either of these two teams. I agree, man. I agree. I don't want to play neither one of them. I think the Saints got, if you're talking about the New Orleans Saints, I think the New Orleans Saints got some, I think they got a pretty competitive schedule. And, they got some winnable games, But we're going to see. We're going to see what they're going to do. Said the Pac-Man. Yeah, man. Man, they got nothing but Nepo babies on NBC. So you got Chris Collinsworth's son out there on the field with Tony Dungy and Rodney Harrison. And then you got Chris Sims, the son of Phil Sims. Like, dang, nothing but Nepo babies up there. My goodness. So 21-20. Man, it's gonna be a really good game to because I don't really see this situation changing. Like I said, this is a divisional game. Everybody know what the other can do. Pac-Man making the Cowboys more bearable for me. Well, look, man, it just bruh. Man, I think this may be the first thing that's Cowboy related to ever walk through my door. in my house at all. Like any house I'm in. Like it's just crazy, man. Like it's just funny, like watching him like in a cowboy, jersey or whatever. But look, man, he loves it. He loves football, man. He's excited about it. And I'm excited for him because now it's like he really loves like watching football, talking about football. Like we've been going to like the local high school games since the season has started with Carolina. Shouts out to the Carolina Forest Panthers out here in South Carolina and out here in Myrtle Beach. Like he likes going to the games. Like he want to go. Like so, we were passing and a JV team was playing tonight, and we seen the stadium lights on. And he's like, Dad, can we go over? I'm like, I said, I can't do it tonight. I had to do the live stream here. But just to see him like just interested in football. And because you never like want to feel like, you basically just kind of pushing your kid to do something they don't want to do. But now it seems like, he's really starting to, love football and really have appreciation for it and wants to like practice and wants to learn. So man, I'm having the time of my life right now as a father. TJ, I have a problem with defenders not being able to hit quarterbacks when they run, but I have to let you get yards so I don't get a penalty. So I'm at my mercy. Even if you slide late, it's BS. Yeah, they got to find a way to fix that. Especially like when you have these mobile quarterbacks, King Arthur. I agree. Like when you leave out the pocket, man, you're a runner. So I just feel like you fair game. But they're trying to protect them, King Arthur, because the quarterbacks are the straw that stirs the drink for the NFL. Like nobody ain't trying to see the backup to the backup playing in no meaningful football game on a Thursday night. So of course they're gonna have the rules in place, and they're going to be slighted towards the offense and the quarterback because the quarterbacks are the money for the NFL. So I don't expect for that to change at all. Dallas looked like they tried to do something tonight, but it doesn't matter. They always crash like flight 747 in the end. My goodness. I think we could have found a better way to describe how Dallas can crash. But look, I mean, I echo your sentiments in regards to them not being able to finish games. Let's see. I think I'm pretty much caught up on that. No, I take that back. Pickens is such a matchup problem. I can't tell how bad the Eagles cornerback 2 problem is. Yeah, I mean, he is a matchup problem because, man, you know what I like about George Pickens? He's not the fastest guy in the world, but he has really good timing with his hands. Like, if you're a cornerback, like, you really don't know when to attack the football with George Pickens because he'll see the football and then at the very last minute, he'll put his hands up. And it's like, those type of wide receivers, like they cause a lot of pass interference penalties by defensive players because these defensive players don't necessarily know. But a lot of times, like with these players, one thing they have as an advantage, and a lot of people don't realize this as a corner. I mean, you got the visor as an advantage. Like if you look at inside the eyes of a wide receiver or something like that, when he turned his head around, if you peep that visor out, like you can see that ball coming in and give you opportunity to turn around and just slap that thing away. But at the end of the day, he has like really good hands, and it's delayed. Like it's like he waits till the very last minute to put his hands up. Like that's a lost art. A lot of really talented elite wide receivers can do that. Like Stephon Diggs is really good at doing that. Justin Jefferson is really good at doing that. And George Pickens is. Like he has like really good body control down the field. AJ Brown quiet as a mouse. Yeah, I mean, he's getting double covered. He's getting double covered tonight. All right, so here we go. Kickoff start up the second half. And this will be returned. And he gets around the sidelines and gets out of bounds, man. Gets a few yards on the play. All right, so, Nick Sirianni got 3 personal fouls in the game, plenty of penalties, very undisciplined game. Very undisciplined football team right now are the Philadelphia Eagles. Like you got to be able to get this thing in check, man. All right, so Dallas Goedert have been extremely busy. Not big yards, but not big yards at all, man. But you know, those 4 or 5 yard gains, man, they're huge. Like I said, if you can stay ahead of the chains, like you can matriculate the ball down the field, man, you can control the time of possession. Keep your defense on the sidelines. Lord knows they need to be there, well rested. All right, here we go. 2nd and 5. Jalen Hurts in the gun. He looks. All right, we got Devontae Smith in motion. And looking, and he throws it. And this time the Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert stiff arms. All right, so back-to-back receptions right there for Dallas Goedert. This time he gets the first down. And Dallas Goedert, man, really good utility blanket for the Philadelphia Eagles and Jalen Hurts, man. I mean, when you got A.J. Brown double cover, you got Devontae Smith out there, and the coverage is really good. You can just check that thing down. And here we go. All right, so he rolls to the right. This pass is caught right here. Devontae Smith and Elam is just all over him right there. He gets past the line of scrimmage, but he doesn't really get much on the play, maybe 2 yards. And I like what this offensive coordinator of Philadelphia is doing. A lot of quick throws for Jalen Hurts. Not too much, 5 or 7 step drops here. He's allowing him to maybe do 3-step drops, get the ball out of his hands. You have a running back in case, your hot read isn't available to check it down. I mean, you can always count on Saquon Barkley, to be able to get you a few yards. And also Dallas Goedert, man, be able to get you a few yards also. All right, so here we go. Here's the handoff to Saquon Barkley around the side, cuts and gets the first down, still spins, fight for some extra yards, and they blow it dead, but really good run by Saquon Barkley, man. Really good vision, really good pad level right there, picks up the first down. So once again, like I said, I don't feel like anything is going to change. You got John Mechie out there, former Houston Texan, came to the Philadelphia Eagles via trade. So, like I said, I mean, neither team is going to be able to stop one another. If this was like a non-divisional matchup, I can probably see adjustments being made, but everybody knows everybody. All right, so here we go. All right, so first carry for former Green Bay Packer A.J. Dillon, who missed all the last season with an injury, and now he signed with the Philadelphia Eagles. They say he had that neck injury, missed the entire season. Good to see A.J. Dillon back playing in the NFL, man. I tell you what, man, they have 2 running backs that ain't never missed no leg day. I can tell you that. I said them boys believe in leg day, him and Saquon. All right, so here we go right here. AJ fights. All right, and this is what you brought him in for. Short yardage situations right there. All right, get behind that center and guard, run up the middle. Short yardage situation, 2nd and 2, 3rd and 2. All right, so Dickerson slow to get up right there. And that's rough for offensive linemen. Like, you always going forward, guys roll up on your leg, and nothing you can really do about it. And think about it, man. You got 2 NFL players. If you got a 220-pound running back and a 320-pound defensive tackle trying to tackle him, he roll up on your legs. That's all nearly 600 pounds of force like coming down on your leg, man. That can't be ideal. All right, Saquon Barkley got himself some rest. So, I mean, this is a really good 1-2-3 punch by Philadelphia, utilizing all 3 of their running backs. You got A.J. Dillon, who just left the game. They utilize Will Shipley. And also, if you can add Jalen Hurts, I mean, so that's 4. So you got 4 ways to run the football. So good luck to any team that tries to stop the Philadelphia Eagles, especially with this offensive line, and you have capable running backs like this. And you also have a quarterback in Jalen Hurts that can hurt you with his legs. All right, 2nd and 10. Jalen Hurts in the gun, looking. This might be a sack here, and it is. So they finally bring him down, collapse the pocket there. All right, so Nealon is able to get him on the ground. And you also have Kenny Clark, who was involved in the play. All right, so here we go. He pushes them back. All right, really good play right there. Stuffs the pocket, and him and Nealon are able to get Jalen Hurts on the ground. And that's what you brought Kenny Clark in for. For him to be that run stuffer, you also be able to get pressure up the middle. All right, so here's a 3rd and 18 right here. See if they can finally get him off the field. Pressure. He don't feel that. And the last minute, he ends up getting the ball out to Jahan Dotson, but it's not enough for a first down. So finally, some defense is available in this game. It only took 2.5 quarters for it to happen. All right, so, man, really good bend right there. Yeah, that was a okay. So we got Jake Elliott here. They're gonna try to kick this thing. How long is this field goal? All right, so this is a 58-yard field goal right here. I believe that he's capable, but let's see if he is. And it's up, and that kick is good. All right, so 58-yard field goal right there by Jake Elliott. He's known for kicking those big field goals. That is huge right there. So if Philadelphia can go out here and get themselves a stop on Dallas, so now you got a 4-point lead. Really, man, this is some really good field goal kicking tonight. Yeah, Aubrey will kick, a 54-yard field goal, and now you have Jake Elliott with a 58-yard field goal. That is such an advantage for a team when you have a kicker with a big leg like that. But this is becoming a part of the norm, man. These kickers that can kick 50+. TJ, I must say this kickoff setup is trash. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not. I don't like it either. It's also like, to me, King Arthur, it's just a way for them. It's just a way for them to kind of like not allow special teams to be that much of a factor, because they know it's dangerous, man. Guys flying down the field, going about 19, 20 miles per hour, smack dab into somebody, man. They know it's dangerous. So it's a way for them to keep it, but also be able to maintain it. So yeah, I agree, but I don't feel like that's going to change, because they don't want the backlash of guys just getting concussed and all that other stuff that's going on. So A.J. Brown quiet as a mouse. Excuse me. Jaylen Carter is real simple for getting ejected within the first minute. Yeah, homeboy must have something to do. You were trying to get to where you need to go early. I mean, they in Philly, so he probably went home. TJ, I really enjoy annoying you. Do you enjoy being annoyed? Nah, man. Look, I don't feel like you annoy me, man, at all. So, I don't feel like you annoy me, man. I appreciate the love you showed throughout the years, man. And I appreciate you supporting the new channel. Let's see. I missed the old kickoff format because it gave us stars like Dante Hall, Michael Lewis, and Devin Hester. This new format is ish. Like I said, it's just to protect these players, man, and also to be able to maintain the special teams part of the football. But Trayvon Diggs back, they really was missing him. Yeah, they really do miss him. And I think that's probably the reason why you ain't really seeing A.J. Brown out there, because he's healthy. Like, I'm talking Trayvon Diggs. He's healthy now. Question, TJ, is it me, or how come fans are not talking about the Eagles taking a step back as opposed to Kansas City? With Kansas City, it seems like it's just wishful thinking for those that see them taking a dip. Well, I don't know, man. I guess this, if we're talking about it, I guess it has something to do with maybe Andy Reid, maybe. I don't know. Let me see if I'm making sure I'm answering your question correctly. You're saying, let me see, how come fans are not talking about the Eagles taking a step back as opposed to Kansas City? Well, look, it's the fact that Kansas City has, in my opinion, the best quarterback of this generation and the best coach of this modern era. So I think that has a something to do with it. They feel like, as long as you have Andy Reid, as long as you have Patrick Mahomes, like, you're going to be in contention. So, Philadelphia, it's a big market, mainstream. they always looking for the bottom to drop out. Like if you notice, that's always the narrative of these NFC East teams. Can they do it again? Are they gonna fall off? It's because they want it to be a soap opera, plain and simple. Grants that is plain and simple. They just want the soap opera. So I think that has a lot to do with it too. Because there's nothing about Philadelphia that would make you feel like they would fall off. I mean, these young cornerbacks, even they, were extremely effective. And that's the reason why they decided to move on from Darius Slay and CJ Garner-Johnson, because of the production of these young corners. So, I don't understand it, but I think it has a lot to do with the fact that, you got Andy Reid and you got Patrick Mahomes with the Chiefs, so they feel like you're always going to have a puncher's chance at least. At least they still do it in college. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that they still do in college, but and when it comes to the pros, they make adjustments. TJ, these guys know what they signed up for. If they don't want to get hit, you can take a knee or a fair catch. Yeah, but Ken Arthur, I mean, the NFL is always going to protect itself. Like they always going to look out for numero uno, So that's just what it is. Like they're not going to allow anybody to take them down, not a position group or player. So they're going to always look out for themselves. That's just like the whole smelling salt situation. Like they don't want to give players smelling salt, but they didn't outlaw it to a point where a player they can buy it themselves. They just don't want to give it to them. Right? Why? Because they're trying to protect themselves in case a player gets concussed. Oh, we didn't give them the smelling salt. They got it themselves. Whoa. Man, that was a dangerous pass right there, man. He know who to throw that ball to. he know who to throw that ball to. Let's just throw it to the third string tight end we got. All right, we got an injury. Is that Mitchell? No, that's not Mitchell right there. Okay, so Sidney Brown is down on the field. So I don't know. That was a dangerous pass by Dak. I mean, you're doing that ball into triple coverage. That's a classic Dak Prescott throw right there that ends up being a pick. So I think sometimes Dak gets like in his zone, and he as the game goes on, he starts to develop this confidence, and then all of a sudden, like he throws that arrogant throw that just gets picked off. What's happening, TJ? What's going on, Levon? Appreciate you for being here, man. Appreciate it. Let's see. Excellent defensive play. Yeah, that was definitely a good defensive play. Dangerous pass by Dak, by the way. I mean, not only was that not the best throw, throwing it to triple coverage, like you could have got your man's head knocked off. TJ, you saw that hit dude took to his back just now. And what's up with these defenders tackling with the crown of their helmet? Who's teaching this nonsense? I don't know, man. I just know that was a dangerous pass. That's a pass that you don't want to throw. Like, I get it, man. You got that arm arrogance and you want to try to fit it in. You feel like you can fit it in. Pause. But sometimes you gotta, go for that, a better throw, a check down. I know you're trying to push the ball down the field, but I don't think that was the right decision. Carter, lucky I wasn't there. I would have punched him in the mouth. Yeah, I mean, I just think somebody should have stood up for that, man. Dak did the right thing by showing some composure there. But man, if that's when you need that goonie on your team, man. You're right, but if just keep fair catching the ball, they won't be on the team long. Yeah, that's true too. Dakota just threw a hospital ball. Yeah, that definitely was a hospital ball. Eagles need to be canceled after the night. I don't know if they need to be canceled, but they got to make better decisions, man. Like I don't know, that was just not smart by Jaylen Carter, and a lot of the plays that I'm seeing right now, man, is like self-inflicted wounds, like undisciplined play. Shooting yourself in the foot with all these pass interference penalties. Not really having composure. I mean, that's on Nick Sirianni right there. I know he's the type of coach that's a player coach, allow these guys to be themselves, but man, you got to hold them accountable, man. That you're hurting the team if you're not out there and available, and you're getting personal foul penalties. Okay, so here's a handoff right here. This handoff is to that's Miles Sanders right there, and Sanders is down the field. All right, so Zach, I get it, bro, but you gave him about 15 more yards trying to knock the ball out of his hand. All right, so Miles Sanders with a 50-yard gain right there. All right, so right there, man, off that stretch play, he goes down the left side. Really good tackle right there. Zach Barnes guns him down. But like I said, 15 yards, you're trying to knock the ball out of hand playing hero. Just get him on the ground. Just get him on the ground. You hitting the ball. You trying to tap at the ball. Get him down on the ground. You got another 15 yards. You trying to knock the ball out. All right, so the Dallas Cowboys. Big time run by Miles Sanders. Ferguson in motion. Hands it off to Miles Sanders again. He tucks his head and he gets a few more yards. Here's a flag on the play. More than likely, it's probably going to be holding on the Cowboys, but we're going to see. We're going to see what the penalty is. See what we got here. Let's see what we got here. Oh, personal foul. Oh, yeah, man. He just ripped them down on the ground. Yeah. Like I said, man, another selfish play. Like this has nothing to do with the play. Like that has nothing to do with the play. Like boneheaded penalties like that. Like that, what does that have to do with the play? That's just guys yapping the whole game, and then all of a sudden, like you thought it would be an opportunity for you to get some get back, but now you just cost your team 15 yards after Miles Sanders ran a 50-yard run. Now you basically, I don't know, I don't get it, man. Like, all right, so here we go right here, Ferguson. Okay. Dak got to throw that ball up higher. Really good defensive play by Zach Barnes right there. So Zach Barnes, man, showing the toughness to be able to chase down Miles Sanders, and now in coverage, try to, didn't bite on the double move. But to me, that's on Dak. Dak has got to throw that ball up higher. You got to throw it up higher. Zach Barnes has his back turned, and instead of you like throwing the ball up high, that way, so Jay can just come down with the catch. Instead, like you just throw it right to him. Like, no, man. All right, so here we go. 2nd and 22. All right, looking. And he checks it down right there, and that pass is incomplete. Tried to get it to Javonte Williams. So like I said, 3rd and 22 right there. Had all the momentum in the world. Miles Sanders had, about 2 or 3 yards. So that would have set up, 2nd and goal around the 7-yard line. So man, teams be shooting themselves in the foot, man. All right, so Jordan Davis showing up tonight. Tips the pass. Devontae Williams. So 3rd and 22 right here. Got to wonder what you want to do. Not the perfect play call for a 3rd and 22. There is none. So what you can probably do is maybe do a 50-50 ball up to one of your receivers you can trust. He's looking, throws the ball down the field, and that pass is caught, and nope, he gets hit, and that pass is incomplete. Another hospital ball. All right, so Reed Blankenship right there lowers the boom. Me personally, I don't feel like that should have been a flag. That should not have been a flag, but of course, this is the modern day NFL right here, so of course they're gonna call this. Oh, come on, man. I don't agree with that. You can even see him slowing up. Like, look at him. He's slowing up. Man, knock it off. Like, you can actually see him slowing up. Like, that could have been a whole lot worse. TJ, I hate trail technique. Barnes would have had a pick if he looked back. Yeah, I mean, but linebackers ain't really designed to do that. They ain't really designed to play coverage like that, Keenan. So another bailout, right? All right, so here's the handoff. This is the Miles Sanders cuts. And, oh, it's a fumble. And it's picked up by Quinion Mitchell. Wow. Wow, man. Self-inflicted wounds right there. So really good play right there. And that indeed is a fumble. So the Dallas Cowboys, man, were driving. Miles Sanders, 50-yard run. Did all that, all so he can just fumble the football, man. Hey, guy, man. Yeah, good play by Young. Young able to get the ball out. Quinion Mitchell picks the ball up. And they do the tush push as a celebration. So Zach Bourne would have balled so hard in this. Yeah, he would have. Yep, I agree. Dallas doing Dallas things. Yep. That's a game changing. Yeah, it is. It's definitely game changing. So now, I mean, Dallas had the momentum. You were able to get the stop on Philly. They punted the football to you, got the ball back. You had a big time run by Miles Sanders, 50-yard run. Then all of a sudden, like you get down to the red zone. Then all of a sudden, here's a flag on a personal foul penalty. George Pickens going to business for himself. And then all of a sudden, you have Reed Blankenship goes out, hits Jake Ferguson, bails you out, and you fumble the football again. So, I mean, what the hell, man? Like, I don't know. Like, what's really going on here? Like, I don't understand it. I don't understand. Like, man, it's self-inflicted wounds, man. Teams just continue to beat themselves, man. TJ, would you be okay with kicking the tires on Mike T? I think he would be a great veteran presence for the wide receiver corps and a good backup for Ville. Thoughts? I think that ship sailed, Keno. I like Michael Thomas as well as the next man, but I just think the Saints are on some different stuff right now. Seems like they're just trying to get younger. And even though they have a wide receiver like Brandon Cooks, look, they even brought Trey Palmer in. And Trey Palmer kind of has that same similar build, as Brandon Cooks, a younger version of a Brandon Cooks. So I just think the Saints are just trying to get younger, man. I don't think that they're trying to go down that route anymore where you're seeing these 30-plus-year-old players. And I can respect that, man. Mike T, I mean, he was a great moment in time for the New Orleans Saints. Definitely deserves to be in the Saints Ring of Honor one day for his production, even though it was relatively short. He didn't play as long. But, I just think the Saints need to move in a different direction, But no disrespect to Mike T. I just think the Saints I like what they're doing, man. They trying to get younger. And based on what I see from this offense, man, they about to try to turn this thing into a track meet. They're going to try to turn this thing into a track meet. Let's see. 10 years later, what about Mike T? Yeah, people love him, man. Look, I love Mike T, but I just think the Saints on some different stuff right now. Facts, if you got rid of JT Gray, I'm sure they have no intentions of bringing Mike T back. Yeah, they trying to get young. They are trying to get young, fellas. That's just what it is. I mean, this is what Saints fans been asking for the team to get a little bit younger. So, okay, so they're going to pause the game. All right, so they're going to have lightning. Yeah, they got lightning. So, I mean, it might be like a 10, 15-minute delay in this game, probably longer than that. Yeah, so when you have lightning, man, that's pretty much. But hey, man, this is a great opportunity for a lot of these, like both of these teams to be able to make some adjustments. I mean, not so much because now it's like if you have some momentum, now you got to stay loose, you got to stay motivated, you got to stay focused to go back out there because you don't know how long this rain delay going to be. So now you got lightning and you got lightning in the forecast. So, yep, 4:44 left, 24-20. So I don't know, folks. I don't know if we're going to be able to get all the way through this game because I don't know how long this rain delay going to be. We'll stick around for a few minutes. So a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued by the National Weather Service for our area. These storms may produce lightning and all kind of other stuff. So who knows how long this rain delay going to be. That killed the momentum. Saints don't have swag anymore. DA killed all that. Yeah, they're trying to get it back. They're trying to get it back with gold end zone, gold jerseys, and white helmets. But man, you know we're gonna get that swag back in, Arthur, winning. I don't care nothing about any of that stuff. And I don't think any Saints fans care about that stuff. I mean, they probably do. People love that, newness and things that are fresh, but man, I just would like to see the New Orleans Saints win some football games, to be honest with you. Trust me, I want Mike T to come back, but the reality of it, I know he's not sick because he is play style. Don't rely on athleticism, bro. Can have play up until late 30s. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because I mean he's a possession guy. So yeah, he could have played for a long time if he didn't get injured. Makes you appreciate the dome. Yeah, it does. And, I mean, man, the NFL is a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate. Why in God's name do stadium teams don't have retractable roofs? I just don't understand it. Like, I feel like every team should have a retractable roof. If you're an outside team, like, you should have a retractable roof. Like, for situations like that. Like, even if you want, like, I get it. If you're out in Buffalo and stuff like that, like you wanted to be able to snow, like to create the elements and all that kind of stuff. But in situations like this, when it's lightning and thunder, you can just easily just close the roof. Or if there was rain in the forecast that may involve thunder, you can just play with the roof closed. Like, I don't get it. Like, they make way too much money, like, for these teams not to have retractable roofs. I just don't get it. Like, this could be completely avoided. It could be completely avoided if these teams had retractable roofs. So that's the way I feel about it. Like, you making all this money off TV deals, all these network, all this network money, DraftKings money. I mean, why don't each team have a retractable roof? For real, one of the few perks of being in domes, even though I like an open stadium. I like open stadium too, but like I said, it makes it optional. I'm not saying like, okay, you can play with the roof open, like if it snows or something like that. But let's just say like, okay, in inclement weather, like Buffalo, right? So you got a blizzard going on outside, right? And you got guys like the snowplow people shoveling snow. But how convenient would it be if they're like, okay, man, it's supposed to be a blizzard, a chance for a blizzard. Let's go ahead and close the roof. Like, no harm, no foul. Like, I ain't saying like close it for all the snow games because, I get it. Like, the NFL is about nostalgia, and those classic snow games is what made a lot of us like fall in love with football. Like, our team, like sitting in those cold stands and stuff like that. Got the thermos in your hand. Trying to stay warm. Bringing blankets. I get all that, but when it's affecting the game, like now these guys got to, Chris Collinsworth, Mike Tirico, now they got to have 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes of filler. Like, man, it's just a waste of time. And then, hey, people do got to go to work tomorrow. It's 10:33 Eastern time here, 9:33 Central. So the game technically was supposed to end at maybe 11:30. Now it's going to end like around 12:30, almost 1 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast. So it's just stuff like that, man. I don't know. Let's see. Y'all clearly missed the context. I just think dude would be good for the morale, not that he has to be a big part of the offense. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, King Arthur. But to me, I just think that ship kind of sailed because of I mean, like I said, his age, and I mean, you have a couple coaching staffs and pass, and yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I definitely feel like it would be good morale for the fans, like to see Michael Thomas back in the Saints uniform, but I just think, like, if you look at the direction the Saints are going in, I just don't see them, like, going after someone like Mike T. TJ, I saw you and him walking in the rain. You were holding hands. I'll never be the same. Orange Juice Jones, 1986. Y'all remember that? I saw you and him walking in the rain. You were holding hands, and I ain't gonna be the same. That's my joint right there, man. Let's see. During a soccer tournament over the summer, this happened at the exact stadium, and the game was suspended for 2 hours. Yeah. Well, you know they ain't gonna suspend this game. This is the opening game of the season. Actually, those England people make some good smoke. Yep, TJ. I think they said it was a snow game, and that had like Miami and Buffalo in the 90s when owners woke up and started to love that element game. Yeah, look, I love the element too. You know, I would love to go to like a snow game or something like that. You know, but at the end of the day, like when it's affecting the game and the flow of the game, then I feel like you need to intervene, right? But that's probably why they don't get retractable rules, because they like that type of stuff. And they like, I ain't got to play it. I'm in a luxury box. Put these boys on the field. We pay them millions of dollars. Let them be cold for a couple hours. I'd rather listen to TJ Jones and Chris Collinsworth. Dude put me to sleep. Well, I like Chris Collinsworth. I mean, he's a student of the game. And if you see what he does throughout the week, you'll have an appreciation for old Chris, man. Chris like gets locked into these to his office and just looks at like hours of film on each team, like the commitment level, you know, that he has in order to try to give people fun facts and information about the game that he gonna call. I respect him for that. Like, everybody's not gonna be all animated and excited on some Gus Johnson stuff, you know. Oh my goodness, CeeDee Lamb, wow, you know, like everybody ain't gonna be Gus Johnson. You know, some people are going to be like, you know, going to just tell it like it is, like Pat Summerall was. Y'all remember Pat Summerall? Pat Summerall was like dry, boring, pass. Troy Aikman, down the field. Michael Irvin, touchdown. Like, you know, wasn't the most exciting man in the world, but, you know, everybody has like their own little flavor, their own little style of calling games. You're good, TJ. I'm talking about the casuals in the chat. Nah, I mean, like, yeah, I get it, man. Like, I would love to see Mike T on the team, though. Let's say I sub because I'm cool. Well, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate you for subbing. TJ, why you think AJ Brown not getting any targets? Because he getting double covered. Go back and take a look at it. Taking him out of the play. They're definitely taking him out. That's what I mean. Honestly, they like Devontae Smith not as effective either. Like, they had to basically kind of get him on it, like, you know, had to throw like a pick in order for him to get a couple catches. So the Dallas Cowboys secondary, man, they really are like zeroing in on the two primary targets of the Philadelphia Eagles. Like, the only, like, you got Jahan Dotson out there eating. He's like third, fourth read, you know, and then you got Dallas Goedert in the middle of the field. So let's see. Thank God we never had storm issues at the Superdome. Well, I mean, you had storm issues around the Superdome, but yeah, I get what you said, Jerry. You know, it's not a factor like when it rains outside in New Orleans. I definitely agree with that. Totally unacceptable. Ref's been helping Eagles, shaking my head. I mean, both teams have been getting calls, but I will say this though. A lot of these calls are like self-inflicted. Like, George Pickens like trying to like go into business for himself, trying to knock Reed Blankenship to the ground. Totally unacceptable. Jaylen Carter like spitting on Dak Prescott, totally unacceptable. A couple of those pass interference calls like are warranted. There was one pass interference call I can make an argument about for Philly. Like, it to me, it was like bang bang. I seen CeeDee Lamb like extend his arm in a corner, basically like kind of wrapped his arms around him. But I feel like that was kind of ticky tack. But I think that they've been pretty much on brand. Both of these teams have been shooting themselves in the foot. I mean, we got to call a spade a spade. Like, I mean, couple questionable calls, but a few of these calls, like these personal foul penalties, like these guys are doing what the referee said they're doing. So they got to be disciplined, man. Keep themselves in check. It's like every play, like a big play. Here come the other team yip yapping and talking. Like, let your play do the talking. Let your play do the talking. Doing all that talking. Like, what you talking for, man? We just moved the chain. We 50 yards down the field. What are you talking about? Why are we sitting up here talking and lip wrestling for? Why? You don't have to. Like, my play doing the talking. I just beat you on a double move. See, Ronnie understands Eagles were out of line with spitting. Yeah, they're definitely out of line. I don't care how good you are. I would kick you off the team. They ain't gonna kick him off the team, man. He too valuable. But he definitely needs to get himself in order, man. Every now and then, like Jaylen Carter just has these boneheaded plays, and it's kind of hard to like keep them in check. Subscribe for the knowledge, stay for the personality. I appreciate that. I need to be put on a t-shirt or something. Plus the running, and if I was to sell them, man, I'll give you a percentage of that. Plus the running game working, I don't see them throwing the ball like that anyways. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree, man. You know, the running game working, I don't see them throwing. I don't see a reason. I don't see a reason. I mean, both of these teams running game, if we talking about the same thing, Chose, I don't know, like maybe I'll talk about something different in the chat. But yeah, both of these teams running game are being effective. Even though Miles Sanders fumbled the football, I mean, he had a 50-yard run. I mean, I'm looking at these stats once again. Let me go ahead and do the refresher here. I mean, you got Miles Sanders averaging 13 yards a clip, 4 carries, 53 yards. Javonte Williams, 4.1 yards a clip. Kevontae Turpin, 2 catches for 9. Then you got Dak Prescott. Collectively as a group, they averaging 6 yards a clip. That's pretty damn good. And then you got Philly averaging 6.3. Man, you know the average you want between 4.5, 5 yards. These guys averaging damn near 7. So both teams are running the football very, very effectively. I would do a reaction video of Parsons BFF spitting on Dak. See Cowboys fleece Green Bay. I don't know. We'll see what Michael Parsons do in the Green Bay Packer uniform. Let's see. I wish and also, you know, Michael Parsons, his wheelhouse is not stopping the run. That's where he lacks. But when it comes to rushing a pass, I wish we would have got rid of A.T. Perry. He was a big body, and that was productive. The hell with what he looked like in practice. He showed up in game time. Yeah, I think you probably would have ended up being a contributor for the Saints team if Dennis Allen wasn't the head coach. But Dak didn't have anything to do with Parsons getting traded. Not at all. That was ego. That was Jerry Jones' ego that got Michael Parsons traded. Didn't A.T. Perry get released? Yep. Now you're on a practice squad with the Denver Broncos. I'm a big Cowboy fan, whole life, Ronnie. And to be honest, I don't like Dak much. I mean, look, I like Dak, man. I think that, you know, man, trust and believe I can understand what Cowboy frustration with Dak Prescott. You got to be able to rise to the occasion. All those empty calorie yards that ain't benefiting anything, you know, that is frustrating. Winning 10, 12, sometimes 13 games, getting the number 1, 2 seed, and you're getting some home field advantage, some home cooking. You got Cowboy fans at full throat at AT&T Stadium, and then all of a sudden you go out here and just lay an egg, man, to an inferior football team that moonwalk their way into the playoffs, and you up here supposed to be a legit football team coming out the NFC, and you can't beat a mediocre team that a lot of people consider happy and lucky that they should be in the playoffs. Yeah, I get it. But he's still a good quarterback, man. And but he just got to win some. You got to win some, no matter what you're putting up. No matter if you're putting up 4,500, 5,000 yards, 40 touchdowns, 45, 50 touchdowns. If you're not winning games that matter in the biggest moments, in the most clutch moments, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Like, you might end up finding yourself in Canton one day because of the production that you put up. But when it comes to like the history of the NFL and when it comes down to clutch performances, they won't find you in that thing. So, TJ, I'm calling now. We're winning 8 to 10 games if healthy. If we're talking about the New Orleans Saints, yeah. I mean, if they can stay healthy, man, and some things go their way, maybe. I feel like we're going to get 10. Man, I wish I thought like some of y'all, man. I got to see it, man. I got it. I got to see it. I got to see it, man. D-Law left Dallas because he couldn't play with podcast prima donna Parsons. I mean, I've been hearing that a lot, man, but we also got to be careful, man. Like these organizations kind of control the narrative. And I seen an interview with Malik Hooker though, when he was talking about him, like, man, we shouldn't be out here doing podcasts when, we can't stop the run and we got to kind of tap in. But I mean, this guy played in 13 games, had 12 and a half sacks. So if your defense is the issue, it's not his fault. Like he's one of the main reasons why your defense has a leg to stand on. But I get it, right? Everybody wants these guys to be dialed in, tapped in, and you never want to wonder, is football the most important thing in the life of your best player? But I get it, man. You know more Cowboy than me, but I like Michael Parsons. I do think he struggles against the run. I think that he is a liability sometimes. I don't think he has an interest in that. Like, the modern day Dexter Manley, if for some of my OG NFL fans out there, Dexter Manley was a beast when it came to rushing the passer. But when it came to stopping the run, homeboy was absent. It got so bad to a point where they basically had him like doing NASCAR packages. Let's see, Parsons 11 sacks, TJ Watt 30 sacks. I mean, we talking about 30 sacks in how many years? I mean, a couple of years ago, TJ Watt had 18 sacks? I don't know, man. Like I said, you know more about the situation than me. But I think the dude is an effective player. Let's look at his stat line. All right, so he came into the league in 2021. Take a listen to this, okay? 2021, he had 13 sacks. 2022, 13 and a half. 2023, 14. 2024, 12. So this guy has 52 and a half sacks in 1, 2, 3, 4 seasons. That's insane. Let's look at TJ Watt first few seasons here. All right, so he came into the league in 2017. He had 7 sacks. Then 2018, he had 13, 14, 15 in 2020, 22 and a half in 2021, 5 and a half in 2022, because he missed some games there. 19 sacks in 2023 and 11 and a half in 2024. I mean, look, if you have any one of these gentlemen on your football team, you're doing all right for yourself. So I mean, so I don't know, man. Somebody do the math here. Somebody do the math. So let's see, in the first 4 seasons, TJ Watt had 7. If somebody can do this for me. Let me see if I can pull up a calculator here. I want to try to see something. All right, so 2017, TJ Watt had 7 sacks, 13, 14 and a half, and 15. I'm going to say that again. Somebody give me these numbers. 7, 13, 14 and a half, and 15. What that add up to? Somebody in chat, give me the answer to that. All right, so 49. All right, so 49 and a half. So Michael Parsons had 52 and a half. TJ Watt had 49 and a half. I mean, it's a win-win. 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 So, I mean, both guys winning. But at the end of the day, look, I understand. I mean, look, Dallas got 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark. So, I mean, if the Green Bay Packers end up like making it deep into the playoffs and Michael Parsons like makes a big time sack to get them boys into the Super Bowl, it's a win. It's a win for them. I guarantee you they're not thinking about them first round picks. But Michael Parsons goes out there and doesn't ball the hell out. Raiders Packers are behind Detroit and the Vikings in the division, and he might not play and has always struggled against them. I mean, like I said, we'll see, man. We'll see. But I think that if you think that Michael Parsons just gonna stop getting double-digit sacks because he's not in the Dallas Cowboy uniform, I don't think that would happen. I think he will be effective in Green Bay. But if you're a Dallas Cowboy fan, you're not losing no sleep. You're not losing no sleep, man. Because, you're going to get yourself 2 first-round picks. Rather, it's like, if you picking in the teens and they picking in the late 20s, still that's 2 first-round picks there. And you got, over the next couple of years. So that's win-win to me. All right. All right, sit tight. I'll be right back. All right, and we're back. Adjust this camera here. All right, there we go. I forgot I had the motion on, so so it follows me everywhere I go. So when I walked around, it followed me. So that's the reason why y'all seen my light. But Parson was Giants' nightmare, about 5 sacks a game. TJ, can you do JJ Watt's first 4 just because? Okay, I can do that. Okay, let's see. JJ Watt. And so JJ Watt. All right, so he came into the league back in 2011, chosen. All right, so 5.5, 20.5, 10.5, 20.5. I mean, this guy's insane. That's his first 4 seasons. So 5.5, 20.5, 10.5, 20.5. That was his stat line. So what that adds up to? That's insane. In 4 seasons, man. In 4 seasons. Why Chris Sims look like Sonic the Hedgehog with that look like Dr. Robotnik or something. Yeah, that's what we look like. 56. That is insane. In 4 seasons. Now you basically have a Hall of Fame career in 4 seasons almost. You got guys play 10 years, can't get 50 sacks. Now you got guys that play that long can't get those type of sacks. I'm still here. And say I'm just eating something I don't want to be chewing on camera. Weather update coming at 11 Eastern. Man, I hate to do this, but we might have to end this show because I don't know how long this weather delay is going to be. We might have to just come back and just talk about the game on the state of NFL on tomorrow. Apologize for this. I'm going to try to wait a little bit longer to see what the update is. We might have to just call it a night, folks. See, Aaron Donald left the game early, but I get it that he wasn't motivated anymore, and I can respect that he'll be accomplished everything. Yeah. I mean, he had nothing else to play for, man. I mean, he could have kept playing for a check. I mean, he got a championship, multi-time All-Pro, first ballot Hall of Famer, hands down, and he was the best interior lineman of his generation. So, what are you playing for? Like, if your heart not really in it, no need for you to absorb that type of punishment. He had over like $100 million contract, got all this money. Like, why the heck not? TJ Fuaga and Penny mauled Parsons last year. I don't fear the kid at all. He's talented, but we'd be fine against him. Yeah, I think you will. But, I mean, I also seen him, I also seen him break into the backfield and treat Taysom Hill like a child, and that's saying something. The time that Saints played the Cowboys in the Superdome, I believe Taysom Hill was the quarterback that night. Has Cam Jordan had anything close to that? Well, Cam Jordan started his career, man. It started off a little rocky. And he started to establish himself as a pass rusher towards like his prime. But let's see. I mean, we can see. All right. So I know his first year he only had one sack. One sack in 2011, 8 in 2012, 12 and a half in 2013, and 7 and a half in 2014. But Cam became like a premier pass rush like towards his prime. Because I mean, that wasn't his wheelhouse. Like he kind of learned to become like a premier pass rush. Like he wasn't like that. Like he was really this, there to kind of stop the run. I think Cam is at 100 sacks on this. Yeah, he is. I mean, he has 100 plus. Cam got 121 and a half sacks in his career. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. No doubt about it. Only way they'll probably keep him out of Hall of Fame is the fact that the Saints haven't been to the Super Bowl. Well, he hasn't been to the Super Bowl with the Saints. That's the only reason I can see them not making him a first ballot. But even with that, I feel like he's a first ballot Hall of Fame. Any word on delay time? They just on the screen it says weather update coming at 11 Eastern. I think him having 100 sacks is because he's been in the league for a long time. Yeah, but I mean, a lot of guys been in the league for a long time don't have 100 sacks. There's a lot of guys that do that, but I don't want to just knock them like that. I mean, but also if you play in the league for a long time, I mean, that's a testament to your resolve and All right, so you can tell that, see the rain coming down. Man, come on, man. I think in situations like this, they might need to just like cut to like an old football game that's exciting or something that people, instead of them like just basically doing filler about stuff that nobody really care about. Call me Unc. I'm old. I remember Cowboys going 1-15, then 3 Super Bowls. I remember that too. I remember there was that Mike? That was what Michael Irvin first? No, that was the second season, right? Troy Aikman's first, and then all of a sudden, the Herschel Walker trade where they traded 5 players, and Jerry Jones ended up cutting all of them, and he ended up getting Minnesota's first round picks. Yeah, I can remember that. Right, especially since Cam started slow and still made it past 100. That shows how nice he really is. Yeah, it just shows you, like, I mean, Cam doesn't miss games either. That helps too. I mean, he only missed like what 2 games in his entire career. Like, that's incredible, man. You play that long. What is this 15th season, 16th? What, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, for 15th season, he's been in the league. So yeah, you only missed 2 games. That's incredible. I just hope that he ends up winning the Walter Payton Man of the Year before he retires. Man, hope the NFL, they should have gave it to him last year. Like, and they had everybody all hyped up and stuff like that. There were Saints fans because Super Bowl in New Orleans. Then you see Steve Gleason on stage with Drew Brees, and like, oh snap, they about to give it to Cam, and all of a sudden, what did they give it to? Solomon Thomas, I think. I mean, it is unbelievable, man. Is this a cowboy show chosen? Nah, it is not a cowboy show, man. We this state of NFL, like, but we also doing like some cross promotional stuff. I mostly I do have a podcast focused on the Saints, but this state of NFL. So like I said, anything kind of goes here. That's when this rain delay. But like I said, we might have to call it a night, man. Especially if this rain delay goes a little bit longer, and we'll just talk about it on the next episode. TJ, why people are trying to discredit players' production because they played long? They say a lot about that player that he played at a high level and dominated. Younger players should be cooking him. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's a testament to their resolve, man. It really is. Like a player that plays as long as a Cam Jordan or Calais Campbell does in the league. I want to say Calais is going into what is like an 18th season. I mean, these guys playing this long. I mean, Jason Peters, like as long as he played at the left tackle position, man, that's a testament to these guys. And the type of warriors they are, type of players that they are. Yeah, so I think Saints defense got better from last year with a safety, linebacker, cornerback room looking good, and Devine Garshaw should be good. Yeah, I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see. To be honest, I counted the Cowboy guy pockets, and he's getting 10K a game from super chats a minute. Hey, must be nice. He got 30K when Cowboys beat Bucks in the playoffs, and he's lame. Who we talking about here? Who we talking about? I say, who up here getting that type of bread like that? For real, bro. I'm old, and you still can't take my spot or cook me. How is that a knock against me? Now that just shows you like the test, like how good that player is. A testament to their greatness. 11:30 game back on. Yeah, we probably gonna call it a night, folks. 11:30 Eastern. Yeah, we're not gonna call it a night. Probably finish this game up. We'll be back on tomorrow. I'll make sure that I put out a video talking about the end of this game. But I want to say I appreciate everybody for stopping by. Much love to each and every one of you. Hopefully, you will subscribe to the State of NFL podcast if you have not already. Go ahead and put that link one more time inside of the chat so everybody can get that. Please hit that subscribe button to help the State of the NFL to grow. We're going to be doing this the entire season, hopefully without rain delays, so we can be able to get through an entire watch along. That would be nice. But when a game gets postponed and, we basically just sitting here doing filler work, it's kind of hard to be able to do an entire watch along. So we're going to have to go ahead and, call this thing to a close. But I really enjoyed it, man. And a nice little turnout that we had here, man. We got 252 people still watching this right now, staying with us. Really do appreciate it. So make sure that y'all hit that subscribe button. We're at 719 subscribers. Let's see if we can get to at least 720. We can get to 720 for somebody that hasn't subscribed to the channel yet. Can we get to 720? Got 719 right now. Let's see if we can get to 720. Jerry said they're going to win for daddy. Sus in my book. Man, Jerry Jones, man, I just feel like the Cowboys never going to be nothing until the homeboy just not in the picture anymore. Rather is he retires, or I hope this is a long time from now, because I ain't trying to see nobody go out, but it might have to be, he's no longer with us, because he ain't going nowhere, man. He loved the Cowboy. He loved these Cowboys. He's 82 years old, and he ain't about to change his mind. No, he ain't about to change his mind. No, that ain't happening. But I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. And once again, I apologize. Thought that we'll be able to get back to the game. But they're saying 11:30, so about 25 minutes from now. So we're going to go ahead and finish watching this game. But I'll go ahead and I'll make a video about the second half. But I really do appreciate everybody for being here. And until next time, I'll see you down.